Hi, welcome back guys. This is your friend, Parallel Deku. Back with another fanfiction. This is the series of What If Deku Became the Sword's Chosen. Now before starting, please give this video a like. And subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this. Now let's get into the fanfic. Third person's POV. 19. Wow, All Might is amazing. He defeated 18 villains in no time, yelled a 4-year-old boy. Of course, Izuku-chan, it's All Might after all. He's not the #1 hero for nothing, a blonde-haired girl replied. You're right, Kaken. When I grow up, I want to be a hero like him. I can't wait to get my quirk. Izuku said excitedly. But Kaken already got her quirk, even though I'm older than you. It's because I'm better than you, Katsumi said proudly. That's not true. Izuku cried. See? You're a crybaby. You can never be a hero with this personality. Yeah, Kaken is mean. Arg, come on, we're going home. Our moms will be worried. 201. A few months later. Izuku will soon be 5 years old, and he still doesn't have a quirk. It's not normal. A child should have their quirk by the age of 4. Is he a late bloomer? I will take him to a quirk doctor, thought Inko, Izuku's mother. 1 week later at the doctor's office. I wonder what quirk I'll get. I hope it's as powerful as All Might's, Izuku giggled, playing with his All Might toy. I'm sorry, kid, but that won't happen, said the doctor. Huh, Izuku said, dropping the toy. Midoriya has a toe joint that only quirkless people have. Izuku is quirkless, the doctor explained. 24. In the evening, Izuku watched the same video of All Might that he had seen with Katsumi over and over again. Mom, can I still be a hero? Izuku cried. I'm sorry, Izuku, I'm so sorry, Inko said, hugging him tightly. 24. 10 years later. Izuku's POV. These past years have been incredibly tough for me. My once childhood friend, Kaken, has bullied me since the day I was told I was quirkless. But I didn't give up. I trained hard to become stronger. I also started to take notes on every hero I met, noting their quirks, weaknesses, strengths, and more. Midoriya, what are you daydreaming about? Pay attention to class, even if you are the most intelligent here, the teacher interrupted. Then the bell rang. Everyone in class started to leave the classroom except Kaken, some of her so-called friends, and me. Kaken walked toward me and grabbed my notebook. What is this piece of junk? My future plans to be a hero? Don't make me laugh. A useless Deku like you could never be a hero. Stop dreaming. She blew up my notebook with her explosion quirk and threw it out of the window. Ian brat, mature a little bit, she said, leaving the classroom with her friends. 43. On his way home. Kaken has changed. Of course, she was always rude, but this is something else. She even started to call me Deku, meaning useless. But I will show her and everyone in this world that even a quirkless boy like me can be a hero. I stopped when I realized that I had already passed my house. How did I come here? Where am I? I've never seen this place in my village. Then I turned around and saw a dark alley. I don't know why, but my intuition told me I should enter there. So I did. It was dark, but when I entered, I saw a black, dirty but impressive-looking katana on the ground. What is it doing here? Did someone lose it? I thought when I heard a mysterious voice. 30. Hey kid. 30. Who's there? So you can hear me. I'm down here at your feet. I think I'm starting to imagine things. There's no way a sword could speak. Hey kid, it's me, the katana. 34. A brief pause. Yeah, no way. Kid, you're too loud. Just let me explain. Sorry. So how can you speak? Do weapons have quirks? Or are you a human who got hit by a quirk? I muttered. Hey, what did I say? Be quiet. So no, I didn't get hit by a quirk, and no, I don't have a quirk. I am the only one of my kind, and the one who created me is none other than Satan. I was originally his sword, but because of a war that happened between the demons and the angels, I got transported to another world. I don't know why, but it was because of me that quirks exist in this world. I've waited for this moment for 200 years, and no one besides you could understand me. I can sense the same demonic power inside of you as Satan's. Are you the Satan of this world or something? 85. What? No, of course not. I want to help people, not harm them. I want to be a hero. Hey, that doesn't mean you will do bad things with it. You will help a lot of people, but you will also face tough choices. 3. Oh, but why are you telling me this? 7. It's simple. I want you to be my new partner. So you want me to fight by your side as a partner, but why me? As I said, you are the only one besides Satan who can understand me, and you have great potential inside of you. I want to help you accomplish your dreams. Do you accept? 51. I accept to be your partner, but I am not strong, so... Stop right there. You are not as weak as you think you are. In fact, once you learn to use that power, no one will be able to stop you. It really flatters me, but quit that nonsense. By the way, my name is Midoriya Izuku. It's nice to meet you, partner. 64. My name is Greed. The pleasure is mine, kid. 62. Izuku's POV. Hey, how long must I lie on the ground? Sorry, I didn't pay attention, I said as I lifted him up. Ugh, you are heavy. You look frail, but you can still lift me. Not bad. I think we have less training to do. 11. You want to train me? Of course, kid. I will help you release that power inside of you. I may not look like it, but I am a great teacher. I think. 40. Time skip. At home. Mom, I'm home. I yelled. Okay, she yelled back. I ran to my bedroom and threw myself on my bed. So when are we starting training? We will start tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Do you know any good places to train? Greed asked. Yeah, I know a very good place where no one will interrupt us. All right, bring me there tomorrow. Now we will do a contract so that you can use my full potential, but I warn you, if we are too far away from each other, you will feel pain. 32. I see, but how do I do the contract? It's simple. I only need you to give me some of your blood. For this, let only a few drops fall on me and repeat what I say. I nodded and did what he wanted. A black and red circle appeared on the ground, and I saw a black tattoo that resembled a dragon growing and moving on my chest and back. Then the circle disappeared. What was that? I said in shock and confusion. This happens when someone makes a contract with me. The proof is that dragon on your chest. That tattoo will disappear as soon as we break the contract. But it looks cool. I know, Greed said proudly. After this, I was so tired that I didn't even realize I had fallen asleep. Next morning, when I woke up, it was 5 a.m. I stood up and started to get ready for training with Greed. I put on a tank top and shorts, then went to the kitchen to make breakfast. After eating, I took Greed and went to an abandoned beach. It was once a beautiful place, but litter had accumulated over time. Oh, this is a perfect place for training. Good job. Now take off your shirt. I want to see how far you've trained your body. Okay, I said and removed my shirt. Wow, you are way more muscular than I thought. Greed, may I ask you a question? Yes, what is it? How can you see? I don't want to sound rude, but you're a sword and you don't have eyes. It's easy. I sense any natural energy around me. That's why I can see, hear, smell, and touch. Greed, what's energy exactly? I wanted to teach you when you were ready, but it doesn't matter anymore. Every human being has energy, but it's mostly weak and difficult to control. Only 0.0000025% can fully control it. The more powerful it is, the more difficult it is to manage. There are 3 types of energy. Observation. It allows the user to sense anything and read their opponent's movements. If you control it perfectly, you could even predict a few seconds into the future. Power-up. It allows the user to enhance their abilities, like speed, strength, and defense. It's also the most dangerous energy to use. If you make the wrong move, you could lose control and face dire consequences. King's energy. This is the rarest type. Only 0.000000001% of the population has it. Even I don't possess it. As the name suggests, only the most powerful humans have it. I don't know what it can do due to its rarity, but I do know it's the most powerful of the 3 types. So, do you have any questions? No, I think I understood everything. Good. Even if you are muscular, I want you to clean the entire beach to build even more strength. Understood? Yes, I replied, and then I started to clean the beach. For months later. After 1 month, I finally finished cleaning the beach. Greed then began teaching me how to properly use a sword. He was surprised by how quickly I learned. After 3 months, I could wield the sword like a pro. Time skip at school. As usual in class, I looked out the window. Then I heard my teacher raise her voice. I will distribute some papers. I want you to write down the school where you want to apply. But I'm pretty sure you all want to be heroes. Everyone in class used their quirks except for Kaken and me. Don't compare me to those extras. I will be the first student in this school to enter you, Kaken yelled. What UA? As expected of Bakugu, one student said. Yeah, UA is the best hero school in Japan with an acceptance rate of 2%, right? I'm sure that Katsumi will be accepted. With her quirk, she could rise to be one of the top 10 heroes. Of course I will. I will be number 1. And who gave you the right to use my first name? Kaken yelled. Midoriya also wants to go to you today, the teacher said. A moment of silence followed, and then everyone in the class burst into laughter. What do you think a quirkless do you like you could do, huh? Don't get in my way. Only elites are accepted, like me. You'll be taken down by the first fly that hits you, Kaken shouted. They never said quirkless people wouldn't get accepted, I replied. What did you say? Enough now, Bakugu. Go sit at your desk, the teacher yelled. After class, on the way home. Third person's POV. I will prove to Kaken that she's wrong. I will go to you today and be a hero like All Might, Izuku said, unaware of the slime villain that had appeared behind him. Oh, a kid. Izuku turned around and saw the villain, but before he could run, the villain grabbed him. I will only take possession of your body. Don't worry, it will only hurt for a moment. You know you are my hero. He won't recognize me if I take your appearance. The villain attempted to use slime to subdue Izuku, but Izuku quickly removed his backpack, took out Greed, and sliced through the villain's form. He then captured the villain in a water bottle. Yash, that should do it. But Greed, I didn't know you could slice through slime. Who do you think I am? Of course I can. There are many things I don't know about you. Don't worry, why? Because I am he, huh? Where is that villain, and are you all right, kid? All Might? I'm dreaming, right? I can't believe it. Can I have an autograph, please? Izuku exclaimed, his eyes sparkling with excitement. Yes, my boy. But could you first answer my question? I don't have much time left. Yes, I am all right, and that villain is probably this one? Izuku said, showing All Might the bottle. Oi kid, did you defeat that villain? Sheet, I'm out of time. All Might, what do you mean by this? Sheet, did I just say that out loud? Thought All Might. It's nothing, but I really must go now. A hero can never relax. All Might panicked as a strange gas escaped from his body. Wait, you forgot the bottle. You cough, cough, cough. A frail figure began to appear before Izuku. What, who are you? I am All Might, he said, lifting his shirt to reveal a serious injury. Promise me you won't tell anyone about this. 5 years ago, I fought a villain and got badly injured. I lost one of my lungs and a piece of my stomach. This is my real appearance, he explained. I see, but are you all right? That injury looks bad. What is this kid? He didn't even ask one question about me. Instead, he asked if I am all right. That kid would make a good hero one day, All Might thought. No, not really. I can only be in my muscle form for 3 hours now. I'm sorry, but I must really go. I'm counting on you to keep this a secret, All Might said. Don't worry, I will keep your secret. You are the symbol of peace. If everyone knew about your real appearance, they wouldn't support you anymore, and the number of villains would increase, Izuku said with a smile. That kid, All Might thought, jumping away with a big smile on his face. 6 months after my meeting with All Might. Izuku's POV. After my meeting with All Might, Greed trained me to release my ki. It took me 3 months to release it and another 3 to control it. It was incredibly challenging. In 1 month, the it.But entrance exam will take place. I feel pretty confident. Think I will pass the written part, and with my new skills, I believe I can also pass the practical part. For this month, Greed told me to relax, as too much practice could harm my body. 1 month later. Tomorrow is the it.But entrance exam. I'm kind of excited and nervous at the same time. I walk down the beach to calm myself. Wow, the beach is beautiful and it's all thanks to you. There are a lot of people here now. Yeah, I'm kind of proud of myself. And how are you feeling? You will take the entrance exam tomorrow, right? I feel a little nervous. I don't know if a quirkless person like me would be accepted, I said, looking at the ground. Huh, of course you will be accepted. With your power, anyone would think you have a super strength quirk. He, probably. Come on, we're going home. It's already dark. Yeah. Next morning at it.But. Wow, it's huge. It's bigger than I thought. As expected of the best hero school in Japan. Come on, we don't have all day. Yeah, I said as I noticed a girl next to me trip. Before she could hit the ground, I caught her. Are you all right? I asked. Yeah, thank you. Then she began to float. I'm sorry for using my quirk without warning you. By the way, I'm Uraraka Ochako, she said. Oh, Izuku, Midoriya Izuku. Nice to meet you. Yes. We must enter, don't we? With that, we both headed to the written part hall. I was able to finish the test in 30 minutes. I exited the room and waited for the others to finish. After an hour, everyone completed the test, and we went to an enormous room where the pro-hero Present Mike awaited us. We all took a seat, and Present Mike began to explain the rules. Everybody say hey. No one answered. I'm going to explain the rules. As you can see in the booklet provided, there are 4 robots that will be simulated as villains, each with varying point values. This one is worth 1 point, this one is worth 2 points, and this one is worth 3 points. Next are the test sites, which differ from one another, so you will need to adapt to the terrain assigned to you. Present Mike was interrupted by one of the participants. Excuse me, can I ask a question? A blue-haired guy said, making strange robot hand signs. Go ahead. You mentioned 3 robots, but it says here that there are 4. If this is a misprint, UA's reputation as a prestigious school could be affected. Very good question. There is a 4th one, but it is worth 0 points. It serves more as an obstacle, so it's better if you avoid it. Thank you very much. Time skip. We all waited for the practice exam to start. I spotted Uraraka and wanted to wish her good luck, but I was interrupted by that strange blue-haired guy. Can't you see she's trying to concentrate? I wanted to reply, but then I heard a loud, start. Everyone began to run, leaving me behind. Great, this is a fantastic start. I started running and quickly encountered 3 2-pointers, which I took down with ease, not even needing to use greed. See, you can destroy these robots easily, even if they're made of very resistant material. Ugh, yeah, I think I was a little too nervous, I admitted as I faced 6 1-pointers and 2 3-pointers. The 3-pointers were slightly more challenging, but still manageable. I see, so the ones with higher points are stronger. Makes sense. After a few minutes, I had accumulated 67 points. Then I heard Present Mike yell, "You only have 2 minutes left." In the monitor room. 3rd person's POV. Wow. We have a lot of talented students this year, one observer remarked. You're right, Midnight. They are strong, but let's see if they can also be heroes, another added. That blonde girl is impressive, she has a good quirk and excellent reflexes, Midnight noted. I think that handsome green-haired boy is promising. What do you think, Eraserhead? I don't care, I just want to sleep, but you're all too loud. Oi, Nizu, do something, Eraserhead said, trying to rest in his yellow sleeping bag. Nizu replied, yes, yes. I think it's time, don't you? As he pressed a red button. At the training ground. Izuku's POV. I searched for other robots as I felt the ground shaking. Then I saw many participants running in the opposite direction of the tremor. Run if you don't want to get crushed, someone yelled at me. I turned to see a giant zero-pointer smashing a building. Just as I prepared to flee, I heard a scream. Help! Please, someone help! I'm stuck, I can't escape. Wait, that voice sounds familiar. I saw Uraraka trapped under some debris. I dashed toward the giant zero-pointer and leaped as high as I could, shattering the ground beneath me and disappearing in a flash. I was now level with the robot. I focused my energy through greed and sliced the giant robot in two, causing some buildings to tremble in the process. Everyone stared at me, as if witnessing something extraordinary. I landed on the ground and heard Present Mike yell, "Stop! The exam is now over." Recovery Girl, the healing hero, quickly tended to the participants' injuries and handed out candies. Are you hurt? I asked as I approached Uraraka. I think my ankle is broken, she stammered, still in shock. I gently lifted her and carried her to Recovery Girl. After healing Uraraka's ankle, Recovery Girl offered her some candies. At home. Oh, hello sweetie. How was your exam? Mom asked. I think I did pretty well in both the written and practice parts. That's great. I'll cook you katsudon, Mom said, and my face lit up. Katsudon is my favorite food. Can I help? Oh no. You go and relax. You must be tired after the exam. Yeah, kind of. Thank you, Mom. You're the best. I kissed her on the cheek, went to my room and placed Greed next to my bed. I started to undress to take a shower. After my shower, I flopped onto my bed. Hey, Greed, what was that power I used against the zero-pointer? Did you do that? No, it wasn't me, and to be honest, I don't know either. But try not to use it again. It could be very dangerous for you and others, okay? Greed said anxiously. Okay. Izuku, come eat. Food is ready, my mom yelled. Coming. I yelled back, running down to the kitchen and sitting down. Delicious as always, Mom, I said with a big smile. Thank you, Izuku. 1 week later. I was doing my daily training when my mom burst through my door. Izuku, it's here the letter, she said, totally panicked. Thank you. I'll open it now and tell you about it later. I rushed to my desk and ripped the letter open. A small hologram emerged, and suddenly All Might. Phew. Ha. Long time no see, Midoriya Shonen. You wonder why I'm here? Well, it's simple. From now on, I will work at UA as a teacher. Now, let's get to the important part. Midoriya Izuku, you passed the written part with 97% correct answers and did marvelously in the practice part with 79 villain points. But there's more. By saving young Uraraka, you earned 60 rescue points, bringing your total to 139 points. You broke the school's record and got first place. Congratulations. Midoriya Shonen, welcome to UA. After that, the hologram self-destructed for security. I burst through my door and yelled at my mother that I got in. I realized I forgot to describe how everyone looks, so here I go. Name, Midoriya Izuku. Hair, curly and green. Eyes, green, not as big as in the anime manga. Age, 15. Height, 1.77 meters, 5 feet 10 inches. Quirk, quirkless, OFA doesn't exist. He looks like a 17-year-old and has a deep voice. He's kind of cool but really friendly. He's attractive but cute when he smiles. Name Greed. Look, black katana with a little white. Age, over 200. Size, 0.90 m. Personality, like Kurama Kyuubi from Naruto, after the 4th Ninja War. Name, Bakugo Katsumi. Hair, long and blonde. Eyes, crimson red. Gender, female. Quirk, Expulsion. Age, 15. Height, 1.69 meters, like in the anime manga. Name, Uraraka Ochako. Hair, shoulder length and brown. Eyes, big and brown. Quirk, zero gravity. Age, 15. Height, 1.56 meters. Gender, female, like in the anime manga. Chapter end. Izuku's POV. Today is the first day of school at UA High School. I was ready to leave, but Mom interrupted me. Izuku, wait. You look great. Thanks, Mom, but I must go now. Okay, have a great day. Time skip. Ugh, everything is so big. Where is Class 1A? I thought, running everywhere. After 15 minutes of searching. Ugh, finally I found the classroom. I wonder who my new classmates will be. Speaking of classmates, I hope Kakin and that strange guy aren't in the same class as me. As I pondered, I didn't expect to hear shouting coming from the classroom. Well, I guess that solves one mystery, I thought, feeling a bit uneasy. I opened the door and walked in. Get your feet off the table. Do you have no respect for those who sat here before you or the craftsmen who made them? This is not how a hero should behave, especially not a beautiful girl, it.Tenya said firmly. Huh, what school did you go to? People like you don't have the right to order me around, Kakin retorted. I wanted to find an empty seat, but Ida noticed me and approached. Hello, you must be Midoriya, right? I apologize for what I said earlier. I hate to admit it, but you are better than me. You discovered the real meaning behind the practical part, Ida said, making some unusual hand gestures. I didn't discover I began, but was interrupted when someone jumped on me and hugged me tightly. You made it in. I'm so glad. You were amazing out there, taking down that zero-pointer so easily. Uraraka exclaimed, throwing a punch into the air. Katsumi's POV. What is that Deku doing here in my school, in my classroom, wearing the UA uniform? He couldn't have been accepted. A loser like him can't even hurt a fly. He must have had some sort of connection with a pro hero, that's it. I thought, wanting to confront him, but was interrupted by a voice. Third person's POV. Hey, if you're here to make friends, you can leave, a tired voice said. Everyone turned to see a yellow sleeping bag moving like a worm. The figure inside turned over and stood up, revealing a weary man with scruffy long black hair that looked like he hadn't slept properly in days. It took you 8 seconds to quiet down. We need to fix that. My name is Aizawa Shoda, and I'm your homeroom teacher. Now put these on and meet me at the training field, Aizawa said before retreating back into his sleeping bag. Everyone grabbed a P uniform and headed to the changing rooms. Training field. Looks like everyone is here good. Now let's start with the Quirk assessment test. Quirk assessment test? Some students asked, confused. Aizawa-sensei, wouldn't we miss the orientation ceremony? Uraraka asked. You students are here to be heroes. As a member of staff, I am free to do whatever I want to achieve the best results in order to create the best new generation of heroes, Aizawa said. Now, but Kugu, he continued, handing her a ball, how far did you throw it in middle school? 46 meters, I think, she replied. Now do the same but use your quirk. You can do anything as long as you stay in the circle. Katsuki began to warm up and threw the ball with a loud shout. Take that. Izuku thought, take that? That's quite a heroic score, Aizawa remarked, clearly not surprised as he showed us the phone. What? 705.3 meters? Everyone yelled in shock. Katsuki smirked at her score and looked at Izuku. This will be fun, a pink-haired girl said. Fun, you say? Then the one who's last will be expelled, Aizawa warned. At this announcement, everyone went silent. I'm sure Izuku will be expelled, Katsuki thought. Izuku's POV. After Katsuki, it was Ida's turn to throw the ball. I didn't quite understand what he did. Ida threw the ball into the air, activated his quirk, and kicked the ball with his foot. He managed to score 345 meters. After some other students, it was my turn. I hesitated about whether to use greed or not. I decided against it because I didn't want to risk slicing the ball. I took a deep breath and threw the ball with such force that some students stumbled. Aizawa checked the phone and showed us my score, 705.2 meters. Before I could regain my composure, I heard Katsuki shout, "What was that? So you had a quirk this whole time? Was it fun?" Tio looked down on me. Before she could finish, Aizawa used his quirk to silence her. This is my quirk. I can erase all sorts of quirks as long as they aren't mutant. Now stop wasting my time. Time is precious, he said with a tired voice. Time skip. So I will show you the scores, Aizawa announced, and everyone fell silent. Yaoyorozu Momo Todoroki Shoko Midoriya Izuku Katsuki Bakubu. Mineta Minoru. Mineta looked terrified and started shaking. This isn't true, this can't be true. I still haven't had the chance to interact with any girls. Mineta cried. Every girl was looking at him as if they wanted to confront him. That expulsion thing was a lie. I only wanted you to give everything you have. Now go back to class. W, all the girls replied. This isn't manly, a red-haired boy said. TC whatever. After that, we all went to the changing rooms. Third person's POV. Huh? It was a lie, huh? I don't believe you. Last year you expelled a whole class because you thought they had no chance to become heroes, All Might said. Yeah, I know, but it seems that this year there are some capable ones, mainly Midoriya Izuku. I used my quirk on him, and it didn't work. So his quirk isn't super strength. I think it's his katana since he used it in the exam and could cut the zero-pointer in two. That's normally impossible for a regular sword, Aizawa explained. Yeah, I think you're right, but something feels off about it, All Might said with concern. Yeah, we'll take a look at it. Name, Yaoyorozu Momo. Gender, female. Age, 15. Height, 1.73 meters. Long and black. Quirk, creation. Likes, reading, especially illustrated encyclopedias. Name, Todoroki Shoko. Gender, female. Age, 15. Height, 1.71 meters. Hair, long, half white, half red. Eyes, right one gray, left one blue. Quirk, half ice and half fire. Likes, soba noodles, the kind that aren't hot. Hates, her dad. Name, Kirishima Ejiro. Age, 15. Height, 1.74 meters. Hair, originally black but dyed red. Quirk, hardening, please don't think dirty. Likes, hardliners, tough guys. Name, Mineta Minoru. Age, 15. Height, 1.08 meters. Hair, some sort of purple ball, like grapes. Quirk, sticky hair. Likes, women. Name, Ashido Mina. Gender, female. Age, 15. Height, 1.59 meters. Hair, curly, pink, short, has small yellow alien horns. Eyes, yellow and black. Quirk, acid. Likes, romantic things. Name, it.Tenya. Age, 15. Height, 1.79 meters. Eyes, blue, wears glasses. Quirk, engine. Likes, rules his brother. Name, Ashritsu. Gender, female. Age, 15. Height, 1.50 meters. Long green. Eyes, big and green. Quirk, likes, her little sisters and brothers. Name, Hagakure Tour. Gender, female. Age, 15. Height, 1.52 meters. Hair. Eyes. Quirk, invisibility. Name, Jiro Kyoka. Gender, female. Age, 15. Height, 1.54 meters. Hair, purple shoulder length. Eyes, dark purple. Quirk, earphone jack. Likes, music. Name, Fumikage Tokoyami. Age, 15. Height, 1.58 meters. Face, blackbird. Quirk, dark shadow. Likes, darkness, silence. Name, Kamimari Denki. Age, 15. Height, 1.68 meters. Hair, blonde with black streaks. Yellow. Quirk, electricity. Name, Aoyama Yuga. Age, 15. Height, 1.69 meters. Eyes, purple. Quirk, naval laser. Likes, himself. Name, Ojiro Mashireo. Age, 15. Height, 1.69 meters. Quirk, likes, martial arts. Name, Siro Hanta. Age, 15. Height, 1.77 meters. Arg, I'm tired now. I will write the rest of the class later. Chapter end. Izuku's POV. After the Quirk assessment test, the rest of the week went quickly. Class started when Aizawa entered, and we took our seats. The day was like the others until we heard, "Ha ha, I am here," walking through the door in a way that was anything but ordinary. "All Might," everyone shouted. "Wait, that's his Silver Age costume," shouted another student. "WW, I can't believe that All Might is really going to teach us," said Kirishima. "Yeah, it's like a dream come true," said Kamamari. "Ah yes. From now on, I will be one of your teachers. But let's get back to the point. Today we are going to do battle training," All Might declared. "Battle?" yelled Katsuki. "Training," I said, smiling. "Yes, you heard me very well. But what is a hero without there?" He pressed a button on a remote. "Hero costumes," All Might announced as the walls of the classroom opened, revealing suitcases with numbers corresponding to the students' seat placements. Finally we can try our costumes on," said Ishido. "Now meet me at ground beta, I will explain the rules there." Everyone grabbed their suitcases and headed to the changing rooms. Time skipped to ground beta. I arrived and saw that almost everyone was ready. I checked one last time to make sure I hadn't forgotten anything. "Oh Deku," yelled Uraraka, waving at me. "Deku?" I asked. "Oh, I'm sorry. I heard Bakugu saying it during the Quirk assessment test. I thought it was a cute nickname. Sorry for calling you that without permission." "Ugh, it's okay, but this is kind of an insult toward me." "Oh, I'm sorry, but I think it sounds like, Dikairu, you can do it, and it gives me motivation," she said. "Thanks. You can call me that if you want to. Besides, nice costume," I said. "You think?" "I think it's kind of tight." "I should have specified what I wanted," Uraraka said, blushing. "I think your costume fits you very well. It's really cool and matches your sword. Besides, why are you always carrying a sword around?" "Ugh," I said, unsure of how to respond. "Oi, Greed, please help. I can't say that you are a talking sword, etc. They can communicate via telepathy. Just say that I am really important to you or something like that." "Okay, thank you, Greed. This katana is really important to me. My father gave it to me before he went missing," I said. I felt miserable for lying to Uraraka. "Oh, now that everyone is here, let's start. You will be split into hero teams and villain teams. The villains will hide a fake bomb in the building, and the heroes have a limited time to find it. The villains win if they capture all the heroes or protect the bomb. The heroes win if they capture all the villains or touch the fake bomb." "Understand," explained All Might. "Will someone be expelled?" Ishido yelled. "Can we explode our opponents?" Katsumi shouted excitedly. "Does my costume look good?" Oyama asked. "How will we choose our opponents?" Ida asked. I may be the #1 hero, but my quirk is not super hearing. To answer your questions, no, I won't expel any student. No, you cannot blow your opponents up. Yes, your costume looks good, and about your partners, they will be selected by lottery." Even if he said he didn't have a super hearing quirk, he still understood everyone, I thought. "Do you have any questions?" "No." The teams have been selected. Team A, Uraraka and me. Team B, Todoroki and Shoji. Team C, Yaoyorozu and Mineta. Team D, Katsumi and Ida. Team E, Ishido and Aoyama. Team F, Sato and Kuda. Team G, Kaminari and Jiro. Team H, Tokoyami and Azui. Team I, Hagakure and Ojiro. Team J, Siro and Kirishima. Now Team A versus Team D. Team A are the heroes. Villains, you have 5 minutes to prepare yourselves. "Now start," All Might said. I felt as if someone was watching over me. I slowly turned my head and saw Kaken with a mischievous grin. "Why her?" "Time skip. Are you sure this plan will work?" Uraraka asked, using her quirk to lift me. I grabbed the window, opened it, and entered the building, followed by Uraraka. "Yeah, don't worry," I said. "Okay, I will trust you." We moved around the building to find the bomb when I saw a figure appear before me. I quickly turned around and pushed Uraraka aside. "Oh, nice dodging, Deku," Katsumi said. She then charged at me, but I grabbed her arm and threw her over my shoulder. I didn't like to hurt anyone, but I had no choice. She looked at me in shock. What the? Did he just read my moves? Kaken, you almost always lead with that right hook. I've seen it enough to know. Kaken, I'm not your punching bag anymore. I've changed. I'm the Deku who always gives his best. Meanwhile, Ida in another room, darn that Bakugo, running off on her own. What could she be thinking? You piss me off. Katsumi shouted. Run ahead, Uraraka. Izuku yelled, and she ran in the opposite direction. Worry about yourself. Katsumi shouted as she charged at Izuku. She aimed a kick at him, but he managed to block it and wrapped capture tape around her foot. Based on her personality, she will rage and come at me again. But from where? Izuku thought. Just before she could strike, he predicted her move and dodged. Meanwhile in the monitor room, he's amazing, going toe-to-toe with her without using his quirk, Sato said, unaware that his classmates didn't know he was quirkless and was holding back. Katsumi's POV. This annoying pebble, he's useless and can't do anything. How is it possible for him to dodge my moves without getting a scratch? Don't dare look down on me, I'm better than anyone. Uraraka's POV. Good, I'm here now. I have to stay hidden until Deku shows up. Bakugo has a natural tendency toward troublemaking, so this exercise is perfectly suited for her. I suppose I must also take on the role of a villain. Though it brings shame to the Ida family name, this training will help me become a better man. I must commit. To become a hero, I will cloak myself in darkness. MWH, I'm the ultimate evil. Ida said with a strange expression on his face. I couldn't help but laugh heartily. With this, Ida noticed me and asked me to reveal myself. I know your quirk allows you to levitate objects you touch. So before you could arrive, I enacted a counter-strategy against you by removing all objects on this floor. Ida said proudly. Your little tricks won't work here. You have miscalculated, hero. Naiha. He's really getting into it, Izuku thought. Deku-kun, Uraraka said through the cell phone. Uraraka, what is it? Ida found me. I'm sorry. Where are you? I'm trying to join you as fast as possible. Hold on please. I'm on the 5th floor in the center. So right above me. We don't have time anymore. Only a little bit and it's their win. I'm loaded up, Katsumi said. Why don't you use your quirk? Are you mocking me, Deku? You know that the sweat glands on my palms secrete something like nitroglycerin. That's how I make my explosions. Assume they honored my design request. This gauntlet's been storing that fluid. Meanwhile, in the monitor room. Don't tell me she's going to All Might thought. Bakugo, stop it now. Do you want to hurt him? In the building. He won't die if he's meant to be a hero, Katsumi yelled. Izuku's POV. After Kaken said those words, I saw something. I saw a giant explosion coming right toward me. In that moment, I envisioned myself lying on the ground, my body covered in burns and half of the building destroyed. What was that? Where are my burns? Don't worry, it's just that you used observation key unintentionally. I see. You are always full of surprises. You can already use observation without much training. You're really good, Kaken said as she took off a part of her gauntlet. But before the giant explosion could hit me, I jumped and used a flying fragment of rock to propel myself toward Kaken. Then I took my capture tape and wrapped it around her. Damn, it's as big as I saw, no joke. If I were hit by it, I would already be done for. Bakugo has been captured, All Might said as the smoke dissipated. Huh? Kaken said, confused. When? Right after you threw your explosion, I replied. How could you survive that without a little burn? Kaken asked in shock. I predicted it, I said as I ran to the 5th floor. Kaken sat there, confused. In the monitor room. What? How could I only predict it because of the observation key? How could that kid don't tell me he knows about key? No, don't jump to conclusions too fast. It could have been a coincidence, All Might thought. Then, man, I couldn't see what was happening, but that was impressive. Midoriya is a true hero, Kirishima said. What was happening? I couldn't see anything, Ashido said. Wow, he's better than I thought, Tokoyami said. What? You could follow what happened? Almost everyone exclaimed. Yeah, if you observed well, you could see that Midoriya jumped and then propelled himself toward Bakugo to avoid the explosion. He then took the opportunity to capture Bakugo. I must admit that it was a complex move, Todoroki said. Wow, he's amazing, everyone said. Izuku's POV. I reached the 5th floor and saw Uraraka floating toward the bomb, preparing to release her quirk to fall on it. But before she could touch the bomb, Ida used his quirk and removed it. I decided to hide and wait for an opening. Ida and Uraraka repeated their movements until Uraraka noticed me and understood my intentions. She then tried to get the bomb right in front of me, without Ida noticing, of course. When the bomb was right where I wanted it, I ran toward it and touched it. Hero team wins. Midoriya, since when are you here? Ida exclaimed. Oh, for a while, I replied. Ugh, I didn't even notice, Ida whispered. Every other battle went well. No student was severely injured. The next day, there were many reporters outside the UA gate, asking random students questions about All Might. What's it like learning from All Might? One journalist asked Izuku. He's a very good teacher. I've learned a lot about heroes and battles. I could improve significantly because of him. If you could excuse me, I must go to my classroom now, said Izuku with a smile, and they let him pass. Tell us what the symbol of peace looks like in front of the class. How he looks? Super muscular, yeah, said Uraraka, imitating an All Might pose. They were about to ask Katsumi, but Aizawa chased them away. They followed him into UA, and the gate closed immediately behind them. Time skip. Good job with yesterday's battle training. I've reviewed your grades and evaluations. Bakugo, grow up already, stop wasting your talent, said Aizawa. Got it, said Katsumi. Now to our homeroom business. Sorry for the sudden announcement, but today. What is it? Another brutal pop quiz? Thought the entire class. You'll pick a class president, Aizawa finished. Finally, a normal school-like thing, said Kirishima, and everyone raised their hands to be chosen as class president. In normal schools, the position entails mundane tasks, so nobody really wants to do it. But in the hero course at UA, it would mean leading a group of positions suited for the top hero in the making. Quiet down. Leading many is a task of heavy responsibility, but ambition does not equate to ability. This sacred office demands the trust of its constituents. If this is to be a democracy, then I put forward the motion that our true leader must be chosen by elections, said Ida. But Ida, we haven't known each other long enough to build any trust, said Tsuyu. And everyone will just vote for themselves, added Kirishima. That's precisely why anyone who manages to earn multiple votes will be the best suited individual for the job. Will you allow this, sensei? Said Ida. However you do it, just make it quick. Izuku's POV. I got 6 votes? How? I said, confused. Eche, who voted for Deku? Asked Kaken. After those words, I saw Uraraka turn her head and whistle. 0 votes. I thought as much. This is the harsh reality of this sacred office, said Ida, trembling. So you voted for someone else? Said Momo. Yeah. Fine. So your president is Midoriya, and your vice president is Momo. Punch. Wah, the rice is so good, said Uraraka. Hey guys, could we sit down next to you? Asked Sato. Yeah, of course, I said. Then Ishido, Kirishima, Sato, and Momo sat next to us. But man, Midoriya, you got 6 votes. That impressed me, said Kirishima. Yeah, me too. But I'm just a little worried about whether or not I really can be class president, I said. You can, said Uraraka. Worry not. Midoriya, your grit and decisiveness in a pinch make you perfectly suited to lead us all. That's why I voted for you, said Ida. Ah, so you are one of the ones that voted for me. I wonder who else voted for me, I said. Oh, I voted for you, said Ishido. Me too, said Uraraka. In our class, said Kirishima. Me too, said Sato. And I as well, added Momo. What, Momo? You too? I asked. Yes, I believe with your analysis and intelligence, you could lead us all, Momo replied. Yeah, I feel a bit flustered that the most intelligent girl in our class thinks so highly of me. But I also voted for you for the same reasons, I said. So you voted for Momo? Ooh, Ashido teased with a mischievous smile, causing Momo to blush. Ida, can I ask you a question? Uraraka inquired. Yes, what is it? He responded. The way you talk, Ida, are you from a wealthy family? A wealthy family. I prefer to keep that private, but yes, my family is well known in the hero community, and I'm the second son. Do you know about the turbo hero Ingenium? Ah, yes, he employs 65 sidekicks at his office in Tokyo, right? I asked. Yes, he's my brother, Ida said proudly. He's so straightforward about it, wow, Ashido remarked. He leads with unwavering adherence to rules and regulations. A truly beloved hero. It's my admiration for my brother that inspires my own desire to become a hero. However, I realize I'm not yet ready to lead anyone. As the superior candidate, it was right for the role to go to you, Midori. Ida was interrupted by a siren. The alarm! I exclaimed. Security level 3 has been breached. All students, evacuate in an orderly fashion. What does security level 3 mean? I asked an older student. It means someone has infiltrated the building. This hasn't happened in my 3 years here. Anyway, hurry up and get out. Everyone began to push and shove. Ow, what's going on? Uraraka exclaimed. Such a rapid response to danger. I'd expect no less from this great institution. Ida yelled for some unknown reason. Maybe a little too rapid, everyone is panicking, I said, getting pulled away from Ida and the others by the crowd. I was dragged next to a window and saw Todoroki trip and fall. Before she could hit the ground, I caught her. Are you all right, Todoroki? Yes, thank you, Midoriya, she replied in her usual monotone voice. We were pushed closer to the window, and I noticed the press corps outside. Hey, Todoroki, is that the press? I asked. She checked and nodded. Oi, calm down. I yelled, but no one heard me. Todoroki, could you lift me with your ice, please? I asked. She nodded and complied. I took a deep breath and yelled louder than before, Oi, calm down. Everything is fine. It's just the press. There's nothing to panic about, we're fine. This is you behave in a manner befitting this great school. Now walk in silence and wait until the situation calms down. Most of the students were initially startled by my deep voice but soon relaxed. Time skipped to the classroom. Wow, Midoriya, that was so impressive, Kirishima said. Yeah, I was right when I said you would be a great leader, Ida added. I must admit, it was worthy of a leader, Todoroki said. Hee, thank you. Meanwhile, outside, before the gate, no ordinary reporter could have done this, Recovery Girl said. Someone instigated this whole affair. Did someone manage to slip in, or do they intend to wage some greater war? Netsu pondered. 3 days later in class, now for today's basic hero training. This time All Might, myself, and one other will supervise, Aizawa announced. This time, so it's a special class, Izuku said. What are we doing exactly? Zero asked. Preparing you for disaster relief from fires to floods. It's rescue training, Aizawa explained. Rescue? Sounds like another rough day, Kaminari said. Right? Ashido confirmed. Come on, this is what being a hero is all about. I'm pumped. Kirishima exclaimed. I'm not done, Aizawa interjected. It's up to you whether or not you wear your costume, as some may not be suited for this kind of activity. The training site is a bit remote, so we'll be going by bus. That's all, get ready. On the bus, I generally say what's on my mind, Midoriya, Azui said. Oh, what is it, Azui? Call me Tsuyu. Why do you have a sword on your back when you don't use it? Oh, it boosts my abilities, so I only use it in emergencies. Wow, so if you use it, you'll be stronger. It certainly complements your super strength quirk, Kirishima noted. Actually, I don't have a quirk, I admitted, feeling a bit embarrassed. What? Gee, for a second I believed there was no way you could have such strength without a quirk. Ha, Kaminari said, and everyone nodded in agreement. No, it's true. At the quirk assessment test, I erased his quirk, but it didn't work, Aizawa confirmed. alley.He yelled everyone except Shoko, Momo, and Katsumi, who were surprised but quiet. So this is your brute force? Sato said. Yeah, I trained hard since I was a kid, I replied, scratching my head. Wow, and you were first in the entrance exam. So if we train hard, we could be as powerful as you, Siro said. Oh, come on, I'm not that good. There are also other strong people like Todoroki or Kaken, I said, wanting to change the subject. But Bakugo is so unhinged. She'd never be popular, Tsuyu remarked. What did you say, Frogface? Kaken yelled. See, Tsuyu said. We've only barely started socializing, and you've already made it abundantly clear to us the unpleasantness of your personality, Kaminari commented. Yeah, okay, Pikachu, how about I pound you? Kaken retorted. At that name, I couldn't hold my laughter anymore. Piff haha, that name fits him so well, ha-oh, in my stomach, haha. I laughed, and soon everyone joined in. We are here now, look sharp, Aizawa instructed. Okay, everyone replied as we calmed down. At the USJ, whoa, is this Universal Studio Japan? Hagakure exclaimed. There's the flood zone, landslide zone, conflagration zone, etc. Every disaster and accident you can imagine. I built this facility myself, I call it the Unforeseen Simulation Joint. A figure appeared from the USJ. It's the Space Hero 13. He's a gentleman hero who does his best work in rescue scenarios. I love 13. Uraraka cheered. 13, where is All Might? I thought he was meeting us here, Aizawa murmured to 13, but loud enough for me to hear. About that, Senpai, it seems he has reached his limit during his morning commute, 13 replied, showing 3 fingers. I guess that All Might couldn't come today. So let's get started, Aizawa said. Before we begin, I have 1 or 2 points. Or 3 or 4. Lots of points, everyone thought. Well, I couldn't read their minds, but I guessed by their expressions. As I'm sure many of you are aware, my quirk is called Black Hole. It can SCK in and tear apart things, 13 explained. And you have used it to save people in all sorts of disasters, right? I asked. Indeed, however, my power could easily be lethal. I've no doubt there are some among you with similar abilities. In our superpowered society, the use of quirks is heavily restricted and monitored. It may seem that this system is stable, but we must never forget that it only takes one wrong move with an uncontrollable quirk for people to be harmed. During Aizawa's physical fitness test, you came to learn of your own hidden potential. Through All Might's battle training, you experienced the danger that your respective quirks can pose to others. This class will show you a new perspective. You will learn to utilize your quirk to save lives. That is all, thank you for listening, explained 13. As he spoke, we could hear Ida clapping his hands and shouting, Bravo! Great first of Aizawa was interrupted by a strange black hole. Huddle up and don't move, yelled Aizawa. 13, protect the students. What the heck is that? More battle robots? Like during the entrance exam. I asked. No, don't move. Those are real villains, I warned. 13 and Eraserhead, according to the staff schedule I received the other day, All Might is supposed to be here, said one of the villains. Of course, that whole incident was this scum's doing, Aizawa replied. Where is he? We've come all this way and brought so many playmates. All Might, the symbol of peace, is he here? I wonder if some unfortunate events will bring him here, said another villain. We learned that what the pros are up against, what they face in the field, is evil unleashed. Third person's POV, All Might isn't here. I wonder if some unfortunate events will bring him here, said a blue-haired villain. Villains? No way. What villains would be foolish enough to sneak into a school for heroes? Said Kirishima. Sensei, aren't there intruder sensors? Asked Momo. Of course there are, said Aizawa. Are they only here or also at the main building? Either way, if the sensors aren't working, it has to be one of their quirks that's doing it. This place is far from the campus, and they picked a time when there'd be few people here, so maybe they're not as foolish as they seem. They must have an objective because this is a well-coordinated sneak attack, Todoroki said. 13. Begin evacuation and try calling the school. One of these villains must be jamming the sensors. There's a good chance one of their electric types is causing the interference. Kaminari, try using your quirk to signal for help, Aizawa instructed. Got it, answered Kaminari. Aizawa then rushed toward the villains. Ranged squad, let's move, said villain. Our intel said it was just supposed to be 13 and All Might, so who's this? Asked villain. Dunno, but he's coming at us all alone, said villain. A dead fool then, said villain. They all tried to use their quirks, but nothing happened. Huh, I can't shoot, said villain. Aizawa wrapped his weapon, some sort of rope, around the villains and pulled them together. You fools, he can cancel out your quirks just by looking at you. That's Eraserhead, said villain. He cancels quirks? Let's see if that trick works against heteromorphic types, said villain. No, it doesn't, said Aizawa as he dodged a punch and countered with a swift strike to villain 5's face. Only against operative or transformative types. However, he continued, dodging another attack. Statistically, guys like you tend to excel in close quarters combat. Which is why I have countermeasures for you. Aizawa finished as he wrapped his weapon around villain 5 and brought him down to the ground. He's skilled in hand-to-hand combat, and those goggles hide his eyes. So we don't know whose quirk he's canceling. Even a whole mob of us isn't slowing him down. I see. I hate pro-heroes. Ordinary villains don't stand a chance against them, said the villain with blue hair and numerous hands hanging around his body. Wow, he can hold his own even when outnumbered, said Kaminari. There is no time for observations. Hurry up and evacuate, Ida urged. I won't allow that, a purple mist replied. Damn it, in the blink of an eye he may be the deadliest one here, thought Aizawa. Greetings, we are the League of Villains. Forgive our audacity, but today we've come to UA High School, this bastion of heroism, to end the life of All Might, the symbol of peace. We were under the impression that All Might would be here today, but it seems his schedule was revised. Well, no matter, my role remains unchanged, said the mist. Divide and conquer, huh? Forgive me for saying so, but it's hard to see you guys as anything more than thugs with quirks you can't even handle, Todoroki remarked, walking past a group of frozen villains. Biyasuri, the second he was wrapped here. Is he really just a kid? Ouch, said one villain. They want to kill All Might. At first, they seemed like they were elite. They used their numbers to overwhelm him, but as far as I can tell, there are only 4 or 5 really dangerous individuals here, thought Todoroki. At this rate, your skin will suffer from frostbite. But I'm trying to be a hero, and heroes don't do such horrible things. Tell me your plan. What makes you think you could kill All Might? Asked Todoroki. 23 seconds, said the blue-haired villain, dodging Aizawa's weapon. So you are the boss? Aizawa replied. 24 seconds. 20 seconds. 17 seconds. The villain continued. Aizawa wanted to punch him but felt his elbow being grabbed. It's hard to tell when you're scampering around, but there are moments when your hair falls in front of your eyes every time you finish a given move. And your max duration is getting shorter and shorter. Don't overdo it now, Eraserhead, said the villain, and Aizawa felt his elbow starting to weaken. Aizawa then punched the villain in the face, causing him to lose his grip. My elbow was weakening, thought Aizawa. He was then attacked by 2 other villains but managed to dodge and defeat them. Your quirk isn't suited for long group battles, huh? This is no different from your usual work, right? You specialize in quick sneak attacks. Yet you jumped right into the fight hoping to make the kids feel safe. So cool, so cool. By the way, hero, I'm not the boss here, said the villain as a strange creature appeared. 13. Looks like a disaster relief hero can't measure up to even the most ordinary of heroes in a fight, and now you find yourself caught by your own power, said the villain. A mist then appeared before and behind 13, pulling him into his own power, causing him to stumble. Sensei, yelled all the students present. He warped me. I'm done for, thought 13. Ida, he told you to run, yelled Sato. DMN, yelled Ida. The villain wanted to stop him, but Shoji prevented him. They're counting on me. The whole class is depending on me. Everyone just hold on, thought Ida. We stood there in shock as we saw that creature, one hand pinning Aizawa to the ground and the other holding Aizawa's injured arm. Meet the anti-symbol of peace, the bioengineered Nomu, said the blue-haired villain. That's all of them. Great, let's hurry and help the others. If we're here, I bet everyone else is still in the USJ. I'm worried about the guys who don't really have a way to attack. 13 Sensei's probably got his hands full since we rushed ahead like that. None of this would have happened if we'd let him handle that mist guy. As a man, I've got to take responsibility, said Kirishima. If that's what you want, then go alone. I'm going to take down that warp gate guy, said Bakugo. Huh. Still pulling that immature crap at a time like this? Besides, normal attacks don't work on him. Shut up. He's how these punks are getting around. Bring him down, and they'll have nowhere to run. It's not like I don't have a way to beat him, said Bakugo. Yes, keep chattering. Let your guard down, thought an invisible villain quietly approaching Bakugo. I mean. Bakugo grabbed the villain's head, slammed it to the ground, and let out an explosion. But if all they're sending against us are these idiots, we should be fine. Wow, great reflexes, thought Kirishima. You are sure calm today. You're usually like he said, imagining a furious Bakugo. I'm always calm, you damned broomhead. Ah, there it is. I'm outta here. Hold up, I'm coming with you, you convinced me. Canceling quirks is pretty cool, but nothing special. Up against crazy strength, you might as well be totally quirkless, said the villain. He snapped my arm like a twig. Looking at any part of his body should be enough to nullify him. That means this is his base strength. He's easily as strong as All Might, thought Aizawa. The Nomu took his head and slammed it hard against the ground, creating a crater. Midoriya, Tsuyu, and Mineta stood there in shock, hidden of course. This is bad, Midoriya. Time for a change of plan, murmured Mineta. Tamura Shigaraki, said the mist. Kurogyri, is 13 dead? Asked Shigaraki. He's incapacitated, but there are some students I couldn't wrap away, and one escaped, informed Kurogyri. Huh, Kurogyri, I'd turn you into dust if you weren't our ticket out of here, said Shigaraki, growing irritated. We won't stand a chance against dozens of pro heroes. It's game over, man, game over for now. We're leaving, said Shigaraki. Leaving? Did he just say they're leaving? Asked Mineta. I think so, responded Tsu. We're saved, said Mineta, but he was soon drowned out by the chaos. I got a bad feeling, Midoriya. Yeah, to do all this and then leave on a whim. Didn't they want to kill All Might? UA's just going to be more in danger than ever if they get away now. Game over, he said. What are they thinking? Thought Izuku. But before that, let's leave a few injured kids. To wound the pride of the symbol of peace, said Shigaraki, appearing before Tsuyu with his hand near her face. You are really amazing, Eraserhead, he said as Aizawa erased his quirk. I took this opportunity to punch him. A powerful windstorm erupted from the impact. But instead of hitting him, I struck the Nomu. Huh, so quick. When did he? Wait, he has nothing. I gave everything I had. How does he look completely fine? It was at this moment that I understood how they would kill All Might. Wow, that was some. Punch, said Shigaraki. The Nomu attempted to grab my arm, but I managed to dodge. Oi, Greed, what should I do? I can't see his moves. Don't worry, Kaso. Do exactly what I say, and it should be fine. Promise me you'll do whatever I say. Yes. Good. I will use observation key and tell you the Nomu's moves. Be careful, he will attack to the left now. The Nomu then started to throw a punch to my left, and I dodged. Mineta, Tsu, take Aizawa-sensei and go, put yourselves out of danger. I commanded. But Midoriya, Tsu began to protest. Now. I yelled, and they understood my message and obeyed. As the class president, their safety was my top priority. I would hold off the threat until the pro heroes arrived. Dodge to the right, then move back a step to avoid the next few punches, I instructed. The Nomu followed my directions precisely. After several minutes, Shigaraki began issuing commands to the Nomu. That kid is impressive, able to evade Nomu's punches so easily. He must be eliminated now, or he will only grow stronger. Take him out now. Shigaraki ordered. The Nomu accelerated, and I found it increasingly difficult to dodge its attacks. Greed had warned me about the punches, but I was too slow to react. Suddenly, the Nomu landed a powerful blow to my stomach, sending me crashing into a wall. I coughed, tasting blood, and felt a sharp pain in my ribs. Breathing became a struggle, and I realized that several ribs were likely broken. My classmates watched in horror as the Nomu, thinking I was incapacitated, turned its attention to Uraraka. In a desperate move, I leaped forward, grabbing the Nomu's right arm and twisting it, forcing it to the ground. I felt a sense of triumph as I heard a crack, but it was short-lived. The Nomu's arm quickly regenerated. DMN, so its quirk is regeneration. I'm really in for it today, I thought. Oh, you really are impressive. But no matter what you do, it's all for nothing. Nomu doesn't have just one quirk. His quirks are super regeneration and shock absorption, Shigaraki explained. So that's why my punches did nothing to him. Wait, I just broke his arm right now, so... You've got it, kid. Like all other quirks, a quirk can't be active non-stop. While he thought you were out of the fight, he let his guard down, and you managed to injure him. But I think there might be a limit to how much his absorption quirk can handle. So try to punch him as often as possible. Yes, but if I use my quirk, it would be useless, right? Since he can regenerate, I would only put the others in danger. Yeah, I hate to admit it, but I'm really not much help here. If I assist you like before, you won't be able to react in time. The only solution is for you to learn Kansoku right now. So close your eyes, try to empty your thoughts, and concentrate. Feel your surroundings and predict your opponent's moves. I followed Greed's advice, but I still couldn't feel or see anything. I felt the Nomu punch my left arm, and it hurt. After a few more punches, I began to see a flicker of blue light. That blue light became clearer, and more flames appeared slowly. That's a kid. That blue light you see represents everyone in the USJ. The biggest and closest flame to you is the Nomu. Yeah, I think I can see their shapes more clearly now. Good, you're on the right track. I then noticed the figure trying to punch my right side. I understood what that meant and dodged the Nomu's punch. I kicked him in the ribs. He threw several punches, but I dodged and retaliated in kind. This went on for another 10 minutes. Nomu, Shigaraki called. The Nomu moved toward Shigaraki, who murmured something to it. The Nomu then turned toward Momo, who had just arrived in the plaza. The Nomu picked up a sharp piece of rock and hurled it toward her. Watch out! I yelled, but she didn't hear me. I ran toward her and pushed her out of the way. The rock struck my left eye, causing a sharp pain. The Nomu seized the opportunity to grab my head. Just as he was about to crush it, we heard a loud boom. Fear not. I am here. All might, everyone shouted in relief. I had a bad feeling, so I cut my conversation with the principal short and came right away. On my way, I ran into Ida, who filled me in on what was happening. It made my blood boil. You kids must have been so scared, and my colleagues did their best. That's why I have to stand tall now and declare, fear not. I am here. I've been waiting, hero. You're worthless trash, Shigaraki sneered. All Might, he isn't smiling, Uraraka pointed out. In a flash, All Might took down the remaining villains. He looked at Izuku and saved him from further harm. Hi, you're fast. Too fast to keep up with, but not as fast as expected. Could it really be true that you're getting weaker? Shigaraki taunted. Pant All Might, that pant creature beside Shigaraki Pant, is named Nomu. It has two quirks, Pant 1 for regeneration and the other for Pant shock absorption. All physical hits would be useless. You can only Pant counter the second one if he lets his Pant guard down or if you hit him until he can't take it Pant anymore, Izuku explained. Thank you, my boy. You fought very well. Thank you for protecting the students when I wasn't here. Huh? Pant, how did you know Pant? Shoo, don't talk anymore. You're pretty beaten up and have lost a lot of blood. Now let me deal with the rest. He lifted Izuku and brought him to the other students. Oh my god, Izuku. Your injuries are worse than they seemed from afar. I was so scared something happened to you. Please hold on. Don't leave us, Uraraka cried. Oi, I'm not dead yet, Izuku replied. All Might then crossed his arms and charged toward the Nomu. Carolina smash, he yelled, striking the Nomu in the chest. Seriously, no effect at all? Midoriya was right, All Might noted. He grabbed the Nomu at the waist and slammed its head into the ground. But Kurogiri created a portal, and the Nomu seized All Might's injury. So you hope to drive him into the concrete and immobilize him. It wouldn't have worked, Nomu is as strong as you. Well done, Kurogiri, perfect timing, Shigaraki remarked. The Nomu pressed its finger deeper into All Might's injury. What unbelievable power. Cut it out, that's my weak point, All Might thought. Impressive for first-time offenders. But prepare yourselves. I can't say I like the idea of having blood inside my gates, but if it's yours, I'll happily oblige. You see, it's the Noma's job to outmaneuver your speed and hold you down. It's my job to close the warp gate on you while you're halfway through and immobilized, effectively cutting you in two, Kurogiri explained. Izuku wanted to run toward All Might, but he didn't have the strength. Just then, Katsumi arrived, unleashing an explosion and grabbing Kurogiri by the neck. You slipped up, you villain. And just as I thought, the parts you can turn into that foggy warp gate are limited. You're using that mist to hide your real body, right? Am I right? If your whole body was mist and physical attacks didn't work, you wouldn't have said, that was a close one, Katsumi said, pinning him down. Ichin, you're good, but beating me up won't help All Might, Kurogiri replied. Are you sure we wanted to beat you up? Katsumi smirked. Huh. Kurogiri turned to see Todoroki freezing the Nomu's right side. Our target was the Nomu, but we needed to distract you first, Todoroki said in a monotone voice. Frosty. It must be Todoroki. Such precise control. She managed to avoid freezing me. Thanks to that, his grip has loosened. He jumped out of the Nomu's grasp. Kurogiri tried to escape, but Katsumi prevented him. Don't move. If I see you doing anything suspicious, I'll blow you straight to Kingdom Come, she warned. That's not very heroic, Kirishima commented. Not only have you beaten our level, but you're practically all at full health. Today's kids really are something else. Mainly that green-haired boy. Our League of Villains should be ashamed. Nomu, take out the explosive brat. We need our escape route back. The Nomu began to move, and its frozen parts started to break apart. It quickly regenerated and lunged at Katsumi, punching her and sending her flying toward a wall. Bakugu Kaken, everyone yelled. Huh, Bakugu. You dodged that. Wow, Kirishima said. I didn't. Shut up, Bakugu replied. I couldn't see a thing. The smoke cleared, and a figure became recognizable. It was All Might. This guy doesn't know how to hold back. I wonder how young Midoriya could hold on for so long against it, he thought. He took the hit for the kid, Shigaraki reflected. What Midoriya fought that thing? Wondered Todoroki, Katsumi, and Kirishima. Anything to save a comrade, right? Just like earlier when. That one. The injured one. He came with everything he had. Really impressive strength and reflexes for a kid. But violence in the name of saving others is admirable, isn't it, hero? You know what, All Might? It frustrates me. Heroes and villains both thrive on violence, yet we are still categorized as good or evil. That's how it is. Symbol of peace? In the end, you are just a tool for violence, made to keep us down. And violence only breeds more violence. I'll show the world that by defeating you, Shigaraki declared. What a load of nonsense. Idealistic criminals have a different kind of fire in their eyes. But you are just enjoying yourself, you big liar, All Might retorted. You got me, Shigaraki admitted. It's 3-on-4, Todoroki pointed out. These guys are tough, but with us supporting All Might, we can push them back, Kirishima said. No, get out of here, All Might insisted. Things wouldn't have gone so well if I hadn't stepped in, Todoroki replied. Right you are, Todoroki. So thanks for that. But fear not. Sit back and watch a pro get serious. All Might proclaimed. I barely have a minute left. I'm weakening faster than expected. But I've got no choice here. Because I am the symbol of peace, All Might thought. He launched himself toward the Nomu, and they punched their fists at the same time. He's got shock absorption, you already saw it yourself, Shigaraki said. You're right. But it's like Midoriya said. It's absorption, not negation, so he must have a limit, right? All Might responded as he delivered a flurry of punches to the Nomu. Built to counter me, you say? Made to withstand everything I've got? Then I will just go beyond that. A hero is always ready to smash through trouble. Tell me, villain, do you know the meaning of plus ultra? All Might declared, delivering a final punch that sent the Nomo flying out of the USD. Like straight out of a comic. He just smashed his way past the absorption. The ultimate bruiser, and against that power, the regeneration couldn't keep up with that rush of attacks, Kirishima said. So that is the top. The world of the pros, thought Todoroki and Katsumi. Yep, I'm slowing down. In my heyday, 5 of those punches would have been enough. But that's over 300 hits just now. And now my time is up. Well, villain, how about we hurry up and finish this? All Might challenged. You cheater. You've weakened? Not that I can see. We're completely outmatched. How dare you do that to my Nomu? You cheater. He's not weak at all. They lied to me, Shigaraki said, frustrated. Well, come and get me. What happened with you will be your downfall. If you can take me, then bring it on, All Might replied. We're not ready for this level yet, Todoroki said. Bakugu, we ought to hang back for now. Rush in, and they might take you hostage or something, Kirishima warned. Ha! Who said I'm gonna rush in? Katsumi yelled. No, that's... All Might is bluffing. It mixed in with the dust cloud, but... That looks like the steam when he's transforming, Izuku thought. I can't move anymore. That Nomu was too strong. At this point, one more step and I'll lose my hold. I will revert to my true form. Just a bit more. Keep them scared. Just need to buy a little more time. What is keeping you? Shigaraki taunted. If only we still had the Nomu. If only. He was taking these hits so well. Shigaraki said, irritated. Shigaraki Tamura. Calm yourself. It's clear that the Nomu did manage to deal some real damage. These kids are holding back for some reason, and reinforcements from the school are bound to arrive in a few minutes. But if the two of us double-team him, we still have a chance, Kurojairi advised. Right. We can do this. The final boss is standing right there, murmured Shigaraki. All Might will take care of the big threats. Let's go see if we can help the others, Kirishima said. Todoroki, Katsumi, and Kirishima then walked toward the entrance. I'm the only one who knows. Thinking about it, the mist is probably the most dangerous one. And All Might's probably at his limit. If this mist manages to SCK him in. Izuku thought. The villains started to run toward All Might. Here they come. Holy crap. Quickly. Everyone. Kurojairi created a large portal before All Might, wanting to SCK him in, but a thin, huge black line interrupted him. That line left a deep mark on the ground. At the other end of the line was Izuku holding greed. I'm the only one who knows the trouble he is in, he thought before passing out. Midoriya, what was that? I didn't know he could do that, Kirishima said in shock. Yeah, but he seems quite injured, Todoroki added, equally shocked. Arg that kid. Kurojairi, change of plans. We're going after that kid, Shigaraki said, irritated. Kurojairi created a gate, and they appeared beside Izuku. Shigaraki reached out, but his hand was halted. Sorry everyone, we are a little late, said Netsu. The heroes are here. We have no chance against them. I may have failed here, symbol of peace, but the next time we meet, you're finished, All Might, Shigaraki said, disappearing into the gate Kurojairi had created. The pros faced a daunting challenge. The students of Class 1A were confronted with the reality of their situation far too soon. This attack would mark the beginning of a greater incident to come, but they had no way of knowing that yet. What in tarnation? Said Snipe. They just fled? After such a dramatic invasion. Midnight remarked. They caught us completely off guard. But let's focus on the students' well-being for now, Nedzu said. And oh, Cementos added. This is bad, thought All Might. Our teachers. All those pros gathered here. It looks like there was no attack on the school itself, Todoroki noted. All Might, that was a fight I call manly. Are you all right? Kirishima yelled, running toward All Might. That Kirishima has a good heart. But wait, I'll be found out. No, stay back. Oh no, All Might thought. Wait, we need to make sure all of you students are safe, so head over to the gate, Cementos instructed. Makes sense. Roger that, Kirishima replied, running toward the entrance but suddenly stopping. Please take care of Midoriya, he looked badly hurt. Don't worry. We will take care of him, Cementos assured him. Thanks, that was close, Cementos. I'm a fan of yours, you know. So let's get you to the nurse's office without revealing this side of you. But honestly, you have to stop overdoing it, Cementos said. I'd be in trouble if I hadn't pushed myself. They were just that strong. Meanwhile, in a different location. Ow, I was hit. Both arms and both legs. We were overwhelmed. Even our cannon fodder was taken down in an instant. Those kids were strong. The symbol of peace is in perfect health. You were wrong, Master, Shigaraki said. No, I wasn't. We merely got ahead of ourselves. We underestimated him. Good thing the League of Villains came cheap. Anyway, what about our creation? Nomu? Did you retrieve him? Asked a shadowy figure. He was sent flying, and unless we ascertain his precise coordinates, no amount of warping will let us find him. I just couldn't spare the time back there, Kurojiri replied. After all that trouble we went through to make him as strong as All Might. Well, that's unfortunate. A real shame, the figure said. Strong. Right? There was one kid who seemed just as strong as All Might. His super strength quirk wasn't quite as powerful, but he could deal significant damage to Nomu and seemed to anticipate his moves. I think he also didn't reveal everything he had, Shigaraki noted. Oh, the figure responded. Without that nuisance, we might have defeated All Might. But that kid, that brat. Shigaraki said, his anger palpable. No use crying over spilled milk. This endeavor was not a complete loss. Find stronger troops. Take all the time you need. We can't move freely. That's why we need a symbol like you, Tamura Shigaraki. Next time, the world will know of the terror you represent, someone declared. Outside you, 16, 17, 18, aside from the one with blood loss, it looks like they are all unharmed. We're going to get you kids back to the classroom for now, said a detective. Detective, what about Aizawa-sensei? Tsuyu asked. Both arms were severely injured. His face is also fractured. Thankfully, he doesn't have any brain damage. 13 has significant lacerations across his back and upper arms, but his life isn't in danger. All Might's injuries aren't life-threatening either. It's possible that Recovery Girl's healing will be enough for him, so he's gone off to the nurse's office, the detective explained. And Deku Midoriya? Uraraka and Ida asked simultaneously. Midoriya is the most injured. He has some broken ribs, and while his lungs were affected, it's not as severe. His arm was also badly injured, which will leave some scars. But the biggest concern is his left eye. It has been deeply injured. Unfortunately, he won't be able to see out of it anymore. On top of that, he is suffering from blood loss. The chances of his survival are slim, he said, genuinely worried. No, said most of the group, and Uraraka began to cry while Momo felt a wave of guilt. He lost his eye because of me, she said, tears streaming down her face. The others tried to comfort her. We'll need to completely revamp our security systems, said Nedzu. Teleportation quirks are rare enough. It's a shame one of them had to turn villain, Midnight remarked. Detective Tsukachi. I have a report. We have apprehended what seems to be a villain in a thicket about 400 meters from here, a police officer said. In what condition? The detective asked. He seemed unharmed and didn't resist arrest. Oddly enough, he is not responding at all. He appears to be mute, the officer explained. Principal, I'd like to go over the school thoroughly if you don't mind, Tsukachi said. Of course. I'm sure some won't be happy, but the police certainly have jurisdiction. Investigations are your field of expertise. Do what you feel is necessary. Nedzu replied. UA Infirmary. The situation is as it was. I can't scold you this time, said Recovery Girl. I think I have probably shortened my time limit again. I'll be lucky if I still get an hour a day. What can you do? Bad things happen. All Might replied. Pardon me. Long time no see, All Might, the detective said. Tsukachi, I didn't know you were here. Not to rush you, but I'd like to ask about these villains, All Might. He began, but All Might interrupted. First, are the students all right, and what about Aizawa Eraserhead and 13? The two teachers are out of danger for now, and the students are all right except for the one who was sent to the hospital. I see. How is he doing? Not well. The chances of his survival are low. It's all my fault. If only I had been there sooner, he wouldn't be. No, you're wrong. If you three heroes hadn't put your lives on the line, the other students wouldn't have made it out unscathed. No, if Midoriya hadn't been there, the students would all be dead. Huh, what do you mean? The teachers were already out 30 minutes before I arrived. The one who prevented the villains from harming the other students was Midoriya. What? That kid could hold them off for that long? Unbelievable. But it's true, I saw it myself. The detective's eyes widened. And you're wrong, all the students put their lives on the line too. To be thrown into a real battle so young and survive. Now these first years know how scary the big bad world can be. Have you ever heard of such a class? Those foolish villains picked the wrong fight. Because the members of Class 1A are going to be mighty heroes indeed. I'm going to make sure of it. Time skip. Classes were cancelled for the next 2 weeks, but they couldn't rest easy. Izuku's POV. I made my way to the classroom when I heard Ida yelling. Everyone! Morning homeroom's about to begin in 5 minutes. To your seat. We're sitting, and you're the only one standing. Why do we have to calm down when it only starts in 5 minutes? Zero said. I laughed, and everyone turned their heads faster than any normal human could. Yo, I said. A moment of silence passed, then everyone started to run toward me and hugged me tightly. Deku-kun, I thought you wouldn't make it, Uraraka said, her voice trembling. Dude, you worried everyone. I thought you'd be out for more than 2 months. You heal really fast, that's impressive, Kirishima said, tightening his fist and wiping away a small tear. I'm tougher than you think. You can't get rid of me that easily, I replied. We already found that out at the USJ, Zero said. I underestimated you, Midoriya, Todoroki admitted. I knew those injuries wouldn't hold Mito back, Ashido added. You're one of the most worried ones, though, Zero pointed out. But it left some scars, Sato said. Yeah, but now you look more intimidating and strong because of your eye scar, Kirishima said. I smiled, relieved to know that it didn't disgust them. Phew, I was worried he would lose his charm, but I guess I was wrong, Ashido murmured, though we all heard it and pretended not to. Midoriya, I'm so sorry. It's my fault you lost your eye, Momo said, looking down. Hey Momo, it's not your fault. I jumped in to protect you, so it's on me. It's just an eye. It's not like I'm going to die, I reassured her. Just an eye, huh? You say that so calmly, but most people would panic or be depressed, Ojiro remarked. For your information, you nearly lost your life from blood loss, Tokoyami added. Ugh, was all I could say. Everyone quiet down. Go to your seats, Aizawa commanded. Glad to see you doing well, sensei. Ida yelled. If you can call that doing well. Even Deku-kun looks better than him, even though he was way more injured, Uraraka said. My well-being isn't important. I wanted to announce that the administration has decided you will now live in the dorms until you graduate. This will have many advantages. It's possible that the League of Villains is after one of you because of a strong quirk or something. Especially you, Midoriya, since they have tried to take you out several times. It would be safer for all of you if pro-heroes are nearby to protect you. We've already spoken to your parents, and they all agreed. So, you will be moving in 1 week, Aizawa explained. That's so cool. It's like we get to live with our friends, Ashido said. Hee, this is a dream come true, Mineta said, drooling slightly. If looks could kill, all the girls would have taken him out right then. Hey girls, calm down. Don't worry, us boys will keep an eye on him, right Midoriya bro? Kirishima said. Oh, since we will be living together now, you can call me Izuku if you want, I offered. Alright, Izubro, then call me Kiri, or bro, Kirishima replied. Then call me Mina, Ashido said. Yes, you can call me Yuga, Aoyama added. Fumikage, Tokoyami said. Toru, Hagakure chimed in. And so on. Now quiet down, we will start homeroom, Aizawa instructed. The dorms had just been finished 3 days ago and were a 5-minute walk from the main building. Heights Alliance, this is our new home. Wow, it's huge. We're some lucky kids, Mina exclaimed. Now, Class 1A, I'm glad to see you all here. There is one building for each class. Girls on the right and boys on the left. The first floor is a common area, Aizawa said as we entered the building. Your dining hall, bath, and laundry rooms are here, Aizawa continued. So spacious, wow. Mina yelled with excitement. We've even got a courtyard, Siro added. Swanky living, Ochako said, fainting slightly. Did I hear that right? The bath and laundry are in the common area? My dreams are coming true. Mineta exclaimed. They're separated by gender, and that's enough out of you, got it? Aizawa said firmly. The students walked toward the elevator and went to the second floor. The rooms start on the second floor. 3 boys' rooms and 3 girls' rooms on each floor. 5 floors in all. 1 student per room. You've got air conditioners, toilets, refrigerators, and closets. Enjoy the luxuries, Aizawa explained. We even have a veranda, Ida said proudly. The closets here are just as big as mine back home. Momo said, looking impressed. Just how rich are you? Tourist. Swanky living, Ochako fainted again. Here are your room assignments. On the second floor, Sato, Siro, Aoyama, Yaoyorozu, and Azuri. On the third floor, Koda, Kaminari, Ojiro, Jiro, and Hagakure. On the fourth, Shoji, Ida, Tokoyami, Uraraka, and Ashido. And finally on the fifth, Mineta, Midoriya, Kirishima, Bakugu, and Todoroki. And Midoriya, don't let Mineta peek at the girls. I'm counting on you, Aizawa said. Don't worry, Kiri and I are watching over him, I assured. My best bro gave me a nickname. I'm so happy he accepted my manliness, Kirishima thought, ready to cry tears of joy. Good. The luggage you sent over earlier should already be in your rooms. Today is set aside for settling in. We'll talk about what comes next tomorrow. Don't worry, I won't waste your weekend. I also want to sleep, so I will keep it short. You are dismissed, Aizawa concluded. Yes, sensei. Everyone yelled in unison. Oh boy, not saying it was anything good that led us here. But I'm still excited about us living together, Kaminari said. I'm exhausted, Kirishima admitted. Communal living is yet another way to train our sense of law and order. Ida declared. Don't hurt yourself there, Mr. Robot, Siro teased. You boys finished with your rooms? Mina asked, followed by all the other girls. Yeah, we're just relaxing now, Kaminari replied. So, we've been talking and have an idea. How about we take a peek into each other's rooms? Mina suggested. 2 minutes later. I don't feel like this is a good idea, Kaminari said worriedly. Oh, come on. This will be fun. Now to the first room, Aoyama, Mina said. Aoyama's room. Too shiny. No, not shiny. Twinkly, Aoyama corrected. Pretty much what we expected, Mina said. Nothing surprising really, Toru added. Sato's room. My room is kind of boring really, Sato said. Your room is pretty normal, nothing special, Kirishima agreed. But something smells good, Ojiro noted. Oh no. I was in such a rush that I must have forgotten this. I was baking a chiffon cake. I wanted to share it with everyone, Sato said, looking at his oven. It would be better with frosting, but... Want some? He offered, cutting the cake. Yummy. So light and fluffy. Uraraka exclaimed. What a charming hobby you have, Sato. We should get together to combine your confections with my tea, Momo suggested. I wasn't ready for this reaction. I only make those things to help train my quirk, Sato said, surprised. Darn, I guess we should have expected something tasty from someone called Sugarman, Siro said. What timing though? Yum, Kirishima added. Next up is you, Siro, Toru said. Siro's room. Oh, how exotic, Mina said. I love it. Uraraka exclaimed. Never guessed you'd be so stylish, Siro, Jiro commented. Surprised, right? Siro replied. Time for the third floor, Uraraka announced. Ojiro's room. Whoa, it really is plain, Mina said. Yup, just the plainest room you could have, Uraraka agreed. If you've got nothing nice to say. Kaminari's room. It's just fun and games, Mina said. He's got a little bit of everything, Jiro noted. You don't like it? Kaminari asked. Koda's room. There's a bunny. So cute. Uraraka said, playing with it alongside Mina. No fair. Using a pet is cheating, Koda. This isn't right, Kaminari protested. Yeah. For once we agree. I'm not satisfied either, Ojiro said. Indeed, Tokoyami agreed. Me too. Aoyama added. Isn't it strange that only the boys have to present their rooms? This is an exhibition, right? If we're going to pick a winner, it makes sense to see the girls' rooms too. Who's the best interior decorator in class? That's what we're here to decide, yelled Mineta. For once, you have a great idea, said Mina. So we're here to decide the king of rooms. Now it'll happen naturally. I get to feast my eyes on the girls' rooms, thought Mineta. I'm sleepy, thought Todoroki. Boys' wing, 4th floor. This floor has Ida, Shoji, and Tokoyami, right? Asked Uraraka. Ridiculous, said Tokoyami, standing in front of his door. Mina and Hagakure pushed him aside and entered his room. Dark and scary, yelled the two. Demon you all, said Tokoyami, feeling defeated. I remember buying keychains like this in middle school, said Kiri, looking at the keys. Next, Ida, said Mina. Ida's room. All these high-level books. That's Ida for sure. Nothing out of the ordinary, said Ida. PFFFF, he's obsessed with glasses, said Uraraka, eyeing a collection of spectacles. Is that so unreasonable? I expect to go through many pairs during our intense training, said Ida. Now it's Shoji's turn. There's nothing interesting really, he said. Shoji's room. Nothing interesting? More like nothing at all, yelled Mina. There's just a small desk and a futon. Let's head up to the 5th floor. We will start with you, Kirishima. Whatever you say, you girls probably won't get it, thought Kiri. Kiri's room. This manliness, yelled Kiri. Said Mina. In the room you wouldn't want your boyfriend to have ranking your second. It's so macho in here. I'm feeling pumped, said Uraraka, staring at a poster that read, Burning Up with Manliness. Ah, come on, said Kiri happily as they left the room for the next one. Now it's my room. Girls, come in, said Mineta. The girls turned around and walked away. So who's next? It's Izuku, said Mina. Our class's most capable student, thought Momo. Our class's best-looking guy, thought Mina. What could the always badass Izuku's room be like? I'm on pins and needles, thought Toru. Oh, where is he? My bro wasn't here the whole time, said Kiri. Even if he's not here, we will peek, said Toru. We know. You're interrupting his private space, said Kiri. What is there to hide? We won't look in his lockers and we won't go in if it's locked, said Mina. You have a point. Okay, said Kiri. Yay! Yelled all the girls as they opened the door. Lucky, it's not locked, said Toru, pushing the door wide open. What is that? A metal stick. Because of this, we can't enter, said Uraraka. Wait, isn't this a weight? Asked Jiro. No way this is a weight, it's double our size. It must be really heavy, said Mina. No, Jiro's right, it's a weight. I knew he would be strong, but this is too much. So manly, said Kiri, proud of Izuku. Sato, can you try to move it with your quirk? Asked Momo. I will try. I've never lifted something this heavy, he said, activating his quirk. He attempted to lift it but could only move it a little. The other boys tried to help him, but it was hopeless. Pant Diamond, that thing is impossible to move. Pant, said Kaminari. Pant, this is heavy, said Zero. Guys, what are you doing outside my room? Asked Izuku. Ah, Izuku, right timing. We are doing a contest. The one who has the most beautiful room wins. Please don't be mad at us, said Mina. Why should I be mad? I have nothing to hide, he said. A collection of interesting materials, said Mineta. But I'm absolutely not interested in those things. What? Impossible, every guy has at least one DVD, said Kaminari but was interrupted. Hey, Izuku, where were you? Asked Momo. Oh, I was running, I just finished my shower. Hey, Deku-kun, could you please remove this weight? We would like to see your room, if you don't mind, said Ochako. Of course. I'm sorry about that, I wanted to ask Aizawa-sensei if I could leave it in the training room, he said, lifting the enormous weight easily with one hand. PFF, Demon, are you even human? Yelled everyone. How many kilograms does this weight? Asked Zero. Oh, 50 tons. I think, said Izuku in a monotone voice. What? How can you stay neutral when you're saying this? This isn't normal, yelled everyone. Now, calm down. Come, let's enter his room, said Kiri. Hi. Izuku's room. Whoa, your room is so cool, said Mina. Such a huge TV, said Zero. Oh, there's even an electric guitar. Can you play it? Asked Jiro. Yes, said Izuku. Wow, these weapons on the walls are cool. Do you use them? Asked Ochako. I used to, but now that I have my sword, I don't need them anymore. I didn't want to waste the money, so I decided to use them as decoration, he said. What do you mean by, I have my SWO? Asked Uraraka but was interrupted by Mineta and Kaminari. Nothing. 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 Where does he hide it? They said, searching for any interesting materials. What are you searching for? Asked Mina. Interesting materials, said Mineta. I already said I'm not interested in those, said Izuku. No way, said Kaminari and Mineta in unison. He isn't interested in anything inappropriate, thought all the girls. Now Bakuga should be next, but she said it was boring and went to bed, so it's on Todoroki, said Kirishima. Let's just get this over with, I'm tired, she replied. A Japanese-style room. It's even built differently than ours, yelled Mina. My family home is traditionally Japanese, so I don't like modern flooring, said Todoroki. How did you remodel your room in one day? Asked Zero. Midoriya helped me, she said. I hadn't thought about it, I should have asked for help, said Ochako. Next is my room, right? Said Mina. Mina's room. Tada! Pretty cute, right? She exclaimed. I wouldn't call this cute, it's wild, said Zero. Uraraka's room. Welcome to my boring room, said Ochako. Oh, everyone responded. Walking around and seeing all these girls' rooms like it's no big deal feels wrong, said Ojiro. The Forbidden Garden, said Tokoyami. Next is Jiro, said Mina. This is embarrassing, said Jiro. Jiro's room. There are even more instruments than we thought, yelled Kaminari. You're one rocking girl, Jiro. Can you really play all these? Asked Ochako. Somewhat, yeah, said Jiro. Nothing girly about this room, said Kaminari. Non, mademoiselle, said Aoyama. Moving on, next, she said as she used her quirk on the two boys. Next is me, Hagakure, said Toru, jumping around. Hagakure's room. Well? She asked. Oh, kind of what I expected from a girl. Pretty exciting, said Kaminari. Now next is Tsuyu, said Uraraka. Tsuyu's room. Wow, so cute. There are frog plushes everywhere, said Ochako. I must agree it's cute, said Ojiro. Stop touching the other things, Uraraka, said Ida. But it's so cute, said Ochako. It's all right, you can keep it. I have enough of them, ribbit, said Tsuyu. Why, yelled Ochako. Now last up is Yaoyorozu, said Ojiro. Before we go in, let me say that I miscalculated. Compared to all your rooms, which are all so unique and original, she said as she opened her door. That mine's a bit cramped. Huge but cramped. What happened, Yaozu? Said Kirishima. This is the same stuff I use back home, but I'd never expected our rooms here would be quite so small, said Momo. What a princess, thought everyone. First floor common area. Okay, has everyone finished voting? And remember, don't vote for yourself. With Bakugu out of the running, the provisional second king of the room is. With 6 votes total. The student whose room crushed our expectations with its sweet originality is Rikudo Sato, yelled Mina. Me, said Sato. Can I go to sleep now? Asked Todoroki. Wait, this is the second king. The first is. Hey, this isn't a surprise. We all know who the winner is, said Mina. Yeah, said everyone. Of course it's Izuku, said Momo. Yeah, clearly no surprise, said Mina, throwing the piece of paper behind her. Why is my room the most unusual one? Asked Izuku. What? No, it's really cool. All those gadgets. Like, bang bang bang, said Ochako, imitating a secret agent. Everyone's sweat dropped. By the way, you got 10 votes, said Mina. Can I now go to sleep? Asked Todoroki. Yes, said Mina. So it wasn't as short as I thought. I should actually study for history. I have a test tomorrow, but I don't want to. I don't understand anything. I'm not good at history. Anyways, thank you for 3K. Chapter end. Izuku's POV. Tai, said a younger version of me, tripping over a branch. What, Izuku, are you okay? Your knee is bleeding really badly, said my younger mom. It hurts, I said, crying. It'll be all right, said my younger dad, but stopped when he noticed my injuries were healing. Is this your quirk? A healing quirk. I'm so happy, Hisashi, our son can be a really good hero with this quirk, said Mom. Yeah, said Dad with a strange smile on his face. Hey honey, do you mind if I take our son somewhere to test his quirk's limits? Dad asked, still smiling. Yeah, but don't hurt him, said Mom. Don't worry, I would never do that, he said, his eyes hidden by the shadow of his hair, smiling even more strangely. Can I take him now? He asked, now with a charming smile. But he has school, said Mom. Don't worry, I will homeschool him. All right. Thank you, but honey, I'd like you not to peek. I want to keep Izuku's progress a surprise for you. I will make sure that he will be a hero, said Dad. Okay, but I would like to see my son, said Mom, thinking it was a bit suspicious. Don't worry, I will send you pictures. 1 month and a half later, in some dark room. Hurts. Dad, this hurts. I cried as my father punished me. Stop yelling and endure the pain, said Dad, continuing. Your quirk is clearly something, he said as my injuries healed. Why are you doing this? I sobbed. Because I want to know how strong your quirk is. But you don't have to go that far. Mommy will be sad. Shut up, you useless brat. I don't care about her. I will tell you something. I only married her because of her quirk. If I had a child with her, the chances would be high that the child would inherit a strong quirk. But I didn't expect it to be that powerful. I clearly didn't make a mistake by marrying her. That foolish woman didn't even notice my true intentions. Everything is going according to my plan. So you don't love Mommy or me? Yeah, I never liked her. But you are a different story. Without you, my plan wouldn't be as successful. Your quirk is exceptional. You can't die from starvation, torture, blood loss, and so on. I've tried everything, but you just won't perish, and you heal instantly. You are truly the best. 3 days later. So, is this the child? Said a man. Yes. Can you do what I asked you to do, all for one? Of course, master, replied all for one. He then placed his hand on my face. It's all right, I have it, he said. Now give it to me, my father commanded, and all for one complied. Just wait a few minutes, you'll be able to use it in about 15 minutes, said all for one. Nothing can stop me now. What is going on? My dad exclaimed. Boss, the heroes are here, shouted a villain. Well, that woman isn't as foolish as I thought. We're leaving, my dad said. And what about the child? Asked the villain. Leave him here. I don't need him anymore, he replied, exiting the room. A minute later, I heard voices. There's no one here. Not here either, said two people as they opened the door to my room. The man froze. What's wrong? Asked a woman, looking inside and also freezing. What happened here? She said, taking in the scene. There's blood everywhere, and not just a little. Are all those torture tools? The man asked. Please don't hurt me. I'll do anything you want, I pleaded, terrified. Then they looked at me. The child. Don't tell me this blood on the floors and walls is yours, he said, horrified by the sight. The woman began to cry. Please don't hurt me, I begged. Don't worry, kid. We're heroes. We're here to save you, the man said, stepping closer. I flinched. We won't do anything, he assured me. He broke the chains that held me against the wall, and two other heroes followed. Then everything went black. Dreaming. Panting, what was that? A nightmare. It felt so real, I thought, sweating. Why am I even dreaming about things like that? I looked at the time. It was 10. Since it was Sunday and I had nothing to do, I promised my mother I would visit her. I got ready and left the dorms. I took the train and arrived at my house, unable to shake off the feeling from that nightmare. It felt so real. Come on, stop thinking about it. But I'll ask Mom when I get home. Are you all right? You look troubled, someone said. Don't worry, I'm fine. Time skip at home. Hey, Mom. Oh, Izu. It's only been 2 days, but I was already worried something happened to you, she said, rushing toward me and hugging me tightly. Mom, you don't need to worry. I'm old enough to take care of myself. I know, but since that incident, I can't stop worrying about you. My eyes widened. Mom, what do you mean by that incident? Oh, it's nothing. All right, I think it's time for you to know the truth. Mom, does this have something to do with Dad? She nodded. Mom, did I have a regeneration quirk when I was little? What? How do you know? She asked, surprised. I explained the nightmare I had. Izu, that nightmare isn't just a nightmare. Those are your true memories, she said, tears streaming down her face. But how could I forget something like that? It's because of me that you forgot. After the heroes rescued you, they decided to bring you to someone who could modify memories. We also discovered that your father stole your quirk. I'm so sorry, Izuku. Because of my blind love for your father, you had to go through all this, she cried. Hey, it's all right. It's not your fault. I'm alive, aren't I? That's all that matters. Sniff, yeah. Time skipped to the next day. Third person's POV. Good morning, everyone. How was your move into the dorms? Aizawa asked. Very well, thank you for asking, Ida replied. Now I have some news. You all know that the sports festival is approaching, Aizawa continued. Is this okay? We had a villain attack 3 weeks ago, Ojiro questioned. It's necessary to demonstrate that UA's crisis management protocols are sound. That's the thinking, apparently. Compared to last year, there will be 5 times the police presence. Regardless, the sports festival is the greatest opportunity you'll get. It's not an event that can be cancelled over a few villains. Our sports festival is one of Japan's biggest events. The Olympics were once the world's sports festival. The whole country would be whipped into a frenzy over them. But as you know, that tradition has shrunk in scale to a shell of its former self. And as far as Japan is concerned, what has taken the place of the Olympics is the UA Sports Festival, said Aizawa. The nation's pro heroes will all be watching, right? They will be there as scouts, said Momo. They'll be looking to hire us as sidekicks after we graduate. That's how it's done, said Kaminari. And a lot of these sidekicks never manage to go solo. They remain sidekicks forever, Jiro added. Naturally, you'll gain valuable experience and popularity if you are picked up by a big-name hero. But your time is limited. Show the pros what you are made of here, and you'll create futures for yourselves. This happens once a year, so you have 3 chances. If you're hoping to become a hero, this is an event you can't miss. You have 2 months to train. Don't waste them, Aizawa concluded. Time skip, lunchtime. Dimen, I'm so pumped, yelled Kiri. If we show our stuff here, That's one big step toward going pro, said Zero. Everyone is so excited, said Izuku. And you aren't? This is our chance to add our names to the ranks of heroes. Of course, we are in high spirits, said Ida. You've got a funny way to show it, Ida. Weird, said Z. Deku Ida. At this sports festival. Let's do our best, said Uraraka with a determined yet intense expression. What happened to your face, Uraraka? Yelled Kiri. What the? You're not looking very much like yourself, Uraraka, said Mina. Everyone, I'm going to crush this, she yelled, punching the air. Yeah, everyone cheered, mimicking Uraraka's enthusiasm. Time skip 2 minutes. Uraraka, why do you want to become a hero? Asked Izuku. Oh, it's because of money. I know it's not very heroic like you or Ida, but my parents run a construction company, and business is bad. We are poorer than poor, she admitted. Construction, said Ida. I see, so if you have your hero license, you could help them, said Izuku. Yeah, but they refuse my help. They said I should realize my own dream. But I'm going to be a hero. I will earn money so that mom and dad can have easier lives, said Ochako. Bravo, bravo, yelled Ida. Please don't tell anyone about it, said Ochako. Midoriya, there you are. Huh, All Might, said Izuku. Midoriya, I need to talk to you right now, is that okay? Izuku looked at Ida and Ochako, who nodded. He then followed All Might into the break room. Midoriya, I need to ask you something. Please answer honestly. Alright, go on. I'll go straight to the point. Do you know what ki is? Izuku thought, he knows about ki. Of course he knows, he's the #1 hero. Do you think I can tell him? Don't worry, he's the symbol of peace, we can trust him. If you want, you can also tell him about me. Yeah, I know what it is, answered Izuku. You can also use it, right? Yeah, I can, but I can't use it properly. Since when did you know about it and train to use it? 10 months before you. How did you know about it? Izuku pointed at the sword and answered, greed. Greed? Greed is this sword right here. I think you already noticed that something was wrong with it. Yeah. So greed is actually a sword from a different world. Just let me explain. Izuku nodded. Greed told All Might the whole story. All Might was clearly shocked and surprised to hear a sword talking. I see. Midoriya, I actually asked you about ki because I wanted to train you. Will you accept? Wait, why me? You have the spirit of a true hero. I had that proof when you fought Nomu at the USJ. So what's your answer? I accept. But I won't be able to train you the first month, so I will train you the second. Be at Dagoba Beach at 5:30. Hi. Time skip, 3 days, Izuku's room. Knock knock. Come in, said Izuku. Todoroki, can I help you? Midoriya, can I talk to you? Asked Todoroki. Sure, what do you want to talk about? You know that my father is Endeavor, the #2 hero. My dad is a powerful man who only thinks of becoming stronger. He's gone all out to make a name for himself as a hero, but he's always seen that living legend All Might as a roadblock and an eyesore. My father could never beat All Might on his own, so he came up with another plan. Quirk marriage. Have you heard of that? Yeah, I think there's no one in class who knows it better than me. Strong individuals would choose a partner and force them into marriage for the sole purpose of passing on a strengthened version of their own quirk, right? With his wealth and fame, my father made my mother's family agree to the marriage, all to get his hands on her quirk, raising me as a hero who could exceed All Might just to fulfill his own ambitions. I hate it, being no more than a tool for that man. As I remember it, Mom was always crying. I can't stand to see that left side of yours, she said before throwing scalding water in my face. In short, I won't use my left side. Never using my father's quirk is my revenge on him. So I will crush you without using it at the sports festival, she said, walking away. Izuku could see tears in the corners of her eyes. Wait, Todoroki. She turned around. I have a similar experience. You told me yours, so I will tell you mine. I trust you, so please don't tell anyone. My father is a villain. He passed as a normal person to get close to my mother and married her. He created me to fulfill his plan of becoming the #1 villain. Only he didn't expect that my quirk would be that strong. So when my quirk manifested, he asked my mother if he could test it. She accepted, not thinking that he would hurt me, but she was wrong. He tortured me. He did all kinds of things to check if my quirk was good enough for him. Then he brought a man. That man had the ability to steal and transfer quirks. So he stole my quirk and gave it to my father. The heroes found me, and I was so mentally destroyed that they decided to modify my memories. I only learned about it recently. Todoroki stood there, eyes wide, not knowing what to say. She didn't expect that someone had a worse experience than her. But if you were tortured, how is it possible that you don't have scars? She asked. Simple, I had a regeneration quirk. It was that strong that it even brought me back to life. You know, I'm very grateful to the heroes. If they hadn't been there, I could not have moved on because of the trauma. I could never forgive that man for what he did to me and my mother, and I will do everything in my power to stop his plan. So, Todoroki, it is impossible for you to be the #1 hero without using your left side. You're insulting the people who give their best to be #1. Todoroki, your power is your own, not your father's. You have the same eyes and hair, but you are not him. You are Todoroki Shoko and nobody else. Katsumi's POV. I made my way to my room when I noticed Todoroki knocking on Deku's door. It struck me as odd that he was talking to someone, so I hid behind the door when Deku let her in. I overheard their entire conversation. Deku was tortured? No way. He must be lying. Deku doesn't have a quirk, but if I think about it, the month he missed school, the way he looked so drained when he returned. His father disappearing. Everything fits together. Why didn't he talk about it with me? Was I such a bad friend? Izuku's POV. A day later, at lunch. Deku-kun. Uraraka yelled as she ran toward me. Deku-kun, could you please train me? You're really good at hand-to-hand combat, and I'd like to learn how to fight since my quirk isn't suited for it. Yes, of course. I have time for the first month. After that, I'll train by myself. Is that okay? Yes, of course. Thank you so much. Me too, Mina chimed in. Izuku, me too if it's possible, Momo added. Okay. Who else wants to join? Raise your hand. I said. Juro, Toru, Tsuyu, and surprisingly, Todoroki also raised their hands. Thank you, Midoriya, for yesterday, Todoroki said. It's nothing, it's a hero's job to help people. 1 month later, the girls did exceptionally well with their training. I taught Ochako how to use martial arts, and the other girls learned special moves with their quirks. I was now training with All Might, who was helping me learn more about controlling my ki. It was challenging. The heroes who saved Izuku were All Might, Aizawa, Present Mike, and Midnight. Izuku's POV. 2 weeks later, break room. Just 50 minutes? I exclaimed. Yes, my time limit is getting shorter by the day. I can barely maintain my muscle form for an hour. It's that bad. I'm sorry. Beef, don't apologize. We're so alike, you and I, said All Might, leaning back on the couch. Honestly, my time as the symbol of peace is quickly running out. Those with villainous intent are starting to realize this. So, I searched for someone with a strong hero sense to train as the next symbol of peace, and that person is you. The sports festival is an event the whole country will be watching. And that means just one thing for us. You, the next All Might, the fledgling symbol. I need you to show the world that I'm still here. After school, in the classroom. Whoa, what's going on? Exclaimed Ochako, looking at all the students gathered outside the classroom. No way out. What are they here for? Mineta asked, his voice filled with concern. Scoping out the competition? Duh, small fry. Since we're the kids who survived a villain attack, it makes sense they'd want to check us out before the sports festival. No point in worrying. Move aside, extras, Katsumi replied confidently. Don't call those we don't know extras. Ida shouted, defending their classmates. It's true. We came to take a look, but you sure are modest. Are all the kids in the hero course like this one? I have to say, I'm a little disillusioned if this is what you're offering. Those who didn't make the hero course are stuck in general studies and other tracks. Did you know that? Depending on the results of this sports festival, they might consider transferring some of us to the hero course. I understand the reverse is also possible for you. Scoping out the competition for a general studies kid like me. This will be the perfect chance to knock you off your pedestal. Consider this a declaration of war, said a purple-haired student. I'm sorry for Bakugu's behavior, and you're right, you have the chance to be transferred to the hero course. I wish you good luck. However, we, the students of Class 1A, will do our best to win the sports festival, so don't expect us to go easy on you. I accept your declaration of war, I said. Bitch, we also won't go easy on you, came the response. 2 weeks later. The security checks are taking forever, said one journalist. No helping it. They're on guard after that villain attack, and many people are speaking out against the event this year, replied another. Controversy means higher ratings for us. And at the center of it all is Class 1A. Given that they always put their experience to good strategic use and give it their all for this last chance, the tension was palpable. You know and love them in their youth. It's the UA Sports Festival. Is everyone ready? Yelled Present Mike. Yeah, cheered the crowd. It's the UA Sports Festival. The one time each year when our aspiring heroes compete in an intense showdown. First up, you know who I'm talking about. The miraculous rising stars who faced a villain attack with their unwavering determination. The first years of the hero course. It's Class A. Followed by Class B. Classes C, D, and E of General Studies. And here come the support course classes F, G, and H. And the business course, yelled Present Mike. Now for the athlete's oath, said Midnight. Ooh, the first years have the R-rated hero Midnight this time. What about the principal? He's always assigned to the third-year stage. R-rated? Should she really be in a high school? Asked Tokoyami. Shut it. Pipe down. Your student representative is from Class 1, Bakugu Katsumi, said Midnight. Huh, it's Bakugu. Izuku, shouldn't it be you since you ranked first in the entrance exam? Asked Momo. Yeah, it should, but I asked Midnight if Katsumi could make the speech since I'm not good with speeches, said Izuku. This is only you who thinks it. Did you say something? No. The athlete's oath. Make no mistake about it, I'm gonna take first place, said Katsumi, prompting a chorus of complaints from everyone. Ugh, it was a mistake to let Katsumi take my place, said Izuku. Yeah, Momo agreed. Now, without any delay, let's get the first event started. These are the qualifiers. It's in this stage that many are sent home crying every year. And the fateful first event this year is an obstacle course race. It's a race between every member of all 11 classes. The course is a 4-kilometer lap around the stadium itself. Our school preaches freedom in all things. So as long as you don't go off the course, anything is fair game. Racers to your positions, said Midnight. STRT, yelled Midnight. The gate is too narrow. The starting gate itself is, thought Izuku. The first filter, said Todoroki, running and activating her ice quirk, freezing everyone in place. I'm all frozen. I can't move. So cold. Mummy Man, are you ready for our live coverage and commentary? Yelled Present Mike. Not voluntary, said Aizawa. Too easy, Todoroki, said Kiri. I won't let you get ahead that easily, Canadian flag, said Bakugu. Close one, said Mina, melting the ice with her acid. Nope, not happening a second time, said Ojiro. As expected from our class, but there are more who made it past than I thought would, said Todoroki. Good thinking, staying 2 steps behind Todoroki. Now it's my turn. How about a taste of my killer, said Mineta, but he was suddenly knocked aside by a robot hand. Multiple targets acquired, said the robot. The faux villain from the entrance exam? Exclaimed Ochako. Every obstacle course needs obstacles. Starting with the first barrier, Robo Inferno, said Present Mike as giant 0-pointers blocked the way. It's the 0-pointers from the entrance exam. Seriously? The hero course fought those? There are too many, there's no way to pass. So these are the faux villains, huh? Said Todoroki. Where did they find the money for these? Asked Momo. Those are quite troublesome but not enough for me, said Todoroki, freezing some of them. She stopped them. We can get through that gap. Bad idea. I froze them in pretty unstable positions so they'd fall. One is Todoroki, bursting through and sabotaging the others in one move. This girl's cold. Amazing. She is way ahead of the pack. Almost feels unfair, yelled Present Mike. Hey, there's a kid under there. They've got to be hurt. I didn't know we could be injured during this thing. Bang bang hurt? As if that Todoroki. Timing their fall like this. I'd be in trouble if I wasn't me, said Kiri. Class 1A's full of JRks. I'd be in trouble if I wasn't me, said Tetsu, the guy from Class B. You copycat, Kiri said. I can't let her get ahead, Katsumi replied, using her explosive quirk to soar over the robots. Going high. Worked for Class 1A's Bakugo, so she took the high road. Clever. Present Mike shouted. With your personality, I expected you to blast your way through, but you chose to avoid the confrontation. Shiro remarked, following Katsumi's lead. Allow me to follow in your wake, Tokoyami said, mimicking their approach. The current leaders of the pack are overwhelmingly from Class 1A. Present Mike announced. But Class B and the others aren't doing poorly. Class 1A knows there's no room for hesitation. They've faced the outside world directly, endured the fear, and grown stronger from it. They've learned to overcome, Aizawa explained. Boom. Piece of cake, Momo said, standing next to a cannon. A path opened up. Wow, she defeated that zero-pointer so easily. The first barrier was a breeze, but what about the second? Fall and you're out. You have to crawl across if you want to make it. This is the fall. Present Mike yelled. Just a giant rope. Here we go. My chance to shine, so you said. Time for my support items to take the spotlight. Look out, national support companies. Check out my wire arrow and hover sols. Mei exclaimed. She's in the support course, Ochako noted. Wait, is she allowed to use those? Mina asked. Yes, as long as they're the costumes and items we developed ourselves. For support course students, this is the perfect opportunity to showcase our creativity and craftsmanship to the industry. Mei said, activating her item. Check out my creations. Wow, let's chase her down. Ochako encouraged. How is that fair? Mina complained. The truth is, we've got all kinds trying to make it big here today, Eraserhead, Present Mike said. Why did those idiots stop moving? Aizawa questioned. Meanwhile, the leaders of the pack move on undaunted. Present Mike shouted. Not so fast, Katsumi said, right behind Todoroki. She's really fired up now. She must be a slow starter, Todoroki thought. It's very likely my brother is watching. I mustn't show him a poor performance, Ida said, holding third place. The kid in the lead just can't be stopped. Her quirk is impressive, but it's not just that. She's also incredibly athletic and perceptive, a spectator remarked. You're right. You know the flame hero, Endeavor? That's his daughter, another spectator added. It makes sense. The kid's got the blood of the number 2 hero after All Might. The pros will be scrambling to get her as their sidekick. The leads keep pulling ahead while the rest of the pack is bunched up. Our racers don't know how many will move on, so all they can do is aim for first place. And our leader has reached the final barrier. That is to say, this minefield. It's a deadly Afghan carpet. A quick glance is enough to reveal the mine's locations. So keep both eyes open and watch your step. I should mention our mines don't pack a deadly punch, but they're loud and flashy enough that you might need a change of underwear when it's all over. Present Mike declared. Depending on the individual, of course, Aizawa said. Todoroki thought. I get it, this puts whoever's leading at a disadvantage. It's all a big show. This can't slow me down. Katsumi exclaimed, using her explosions to propel herself forward. We have a new leader. Get excited, mass media. You love this sort of turnaround. But the rest are catching up. With these two grappling for first, Can they hold onto their lead? Present Mike announced. Bakugo is now far ahead. Teach, this path will end up helping the others, but I have no time to worry about them. I need to catch up to Bakugo, Todoroki said, gliding on her ice. And Todoroki is taking the lead again. And Ida is close behind. Now we have 3 who fight for first place. Who will be first? There are only a few meters left. Present Mike continued. The one who made it back to the stadium first is no other than Todoroki. The second is Bakugo and the third is Huh. The entire stadium echoed with confusion. Am I Midoriya? Since when did he catch up to Ida? Present Mike yelled. That's unusual. Midoriya usually draws the most attention, Aizawa remarked. So it's finally over. The top 40 from this qualifying round will move on. But for those who placed lower, don't worry. We've got another way for you to show your skills. And now the main selection really begins. The press corps is going to be jumping out of their seats, so give it all you've got. Now on to the second event. I already know what it is, of course. Dying in suspense. Next up is paintball battle. Midnight announced. Huh, paintball? How can we prove ourselves with paintball? Kaminari asked. I don't know, Mineta replied. I think it's to see if we can fight without our quirks. There are definitely some villains who have the same quirk as Aizawa-sensei. Not everything revolves around quirks, Izuku explained. Logic, Tokoyami added. Let me explain the rules. Participants will form their own 6 teams of 3 members and 1 team of 2 members. Each group has 3 guns and 2 support items. Each participant will have 3 targets. Place them wherever you want as long as they are exposed. The targets are rigged to light up for 10 seconds when shot by a paintball. For each shot, you will lose 100 points. When all 3 targets are hit within the 10 seconds by the same team, you will gain all the points of the enemy team. Each of you has been assigned a point value based on your ranking in the last event. Your individual point values start at 5 at the bottom. So the student who took 40th place is worth 5 points, the 39th 10 points. You get it? But our first participant is worth 10 million points, Midnight explained. Everyone turned to Shoko, who felt the pressure. Each participant will get a bracelet that shows the amount of points you have. The match will last 1 hour and is split into 2 parts, each 30 minutes. You have 15 minutes to choose your teams and guns. Now start. Midnight declared. Immediately, many rushed toward Izuku. Deku-kun, team up with me. Ochako called. Me too. Mina chimed in. Hey bro, you won't let your buddy down, right? Team up with me. Kiri said. I'm sorry guys, but I already know who I want to team up with, Izuku said, walking toward Shoko. Yo, Todoroki, want to team up with me? Izuku asked. Midoriya, are you sure? You might lose because of me. There are a lot of others who want to team up with you. Don't worry. I have a plan, and it works best with you. Okay, I will team up with you. Now we just need another person. No need. Midnight said there is 1 team with 2 members. Another member will only slow us down. Now we should go and choose our guns. Izuku and Shoko approached Snipe, the hero, in attempt to keep their weapon choices secret from the other participants. So, what are you going to choose? Izuku asked. I think I will take a sniper rifle, Shoko replied. Wouldn't that take too long to set up? Izuku questioned. Not if you only add the barrel when you need it. They are called sniper rifles for a reason. Todoroki, do you know what weapon you want? No, I don't know. Take this one, Izuku said, handing her a weapon. What is this one? It's a support gun. It's called the Rainmetal MG3. Okay. Izuku then picked a revolver, thinking it would be a good short-range sidearm. He spun its cylinder, hearing it click satisfyingly, and turned to Snipe, who was manning the gun booth. We picked these 3. Snipe whistled under his mask. The big iron? Nice choice, partner. He leaned in a bit. But I don't reckon you can grab 3. It's 3 guns per team, Izuku replied. Always bending the rules, aren't ya? Snipe shook his head, pulling out a couple of magazines for the sniper and a speed loader for the revolver, along with a hip holster for the revolver. What support items are you taking? I will take the binoculars and the walkie-talkies. Are you all right with this, Todoroki? I don't mind. You have way more experience than me. I trust you. Okay, so it will be these. But now you must go to entrance B. Every group has a different entrance so that they won't be immediately shot. The event will start in 2 minutes. Okay, thanks, Izuku and Shoko said as they headed to Gate B. For the next 2 minutes, Izuku explained his plan to Shoko. Are you sure? This is a huge risk, Shoko said. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, I will follow the plan since I don't have a better one. But this is absurd, Shoko started, but was interrupted by Midnight. So everyone, are you ready? The event will start in start. Midnight shouted, and everyone ran into the field, which looked like a jungle. How could they change the entire stadium into a jungle in only 15 minutes? Kirishima wondered. I don't know, Mina replied. I'm already lost, Kaminari admitted. Izuku's POV. As they entered, a team appeared before them, starting to shoot. They remained still. Ugh, I don't like this, Todoroki said. I know, but it's better this way. The opposing team hit all their targets and claimed their points, celebrating as they ran away. What an unexpected moment. Ladies and gentlemen, Midoriya and Todoroki aren't in first place anymore. Monoma's team took all their points in the first minute. They couldn't even move. Present Mike yelled. No, I think they didn't move on purpose. I believe they have a plan, someone speculated. What? Why would they let all their points get taken away? They need to have one of the highest scores to pass this event. What do you think, Snipe? In a real battlefield, this could be fatal. But since it isn't, they could have done this. It's pretty clever what they have done. Midoriya team. See, even Snipe said it's clever. So now the next step. You know it, right? Yeah, said Todoroki. We started to search for a little tower where we could hide. Midoriya, I found one. Where? 104 degrees from here. Izuku turned around and saw the little tower. Good job. This one is perfect, I said, and we ran to it. It was really ideal. You could see the entire field from here. Todoroki, can you give me the binoculars? Oh, and take one of the walkie-talkies. Todoroki nodded and did what I asked. Shoko. Huh. Call me Shoko. Then call me Izuku. I started to look around to find the other students and recall every piece of information I had about them. Most of them had rifles. Bakugo seemed to have a bazooka. This was a risky choice. While bazookas have a powerful attack, they are quite heavy. Achiko had a rifle, and Tsuyu had a revolver. They seemed to be in a team. Then I moved to the next team, Kirishima, Kaminari, and Mina. Kirishima and Kaminari had rifles, while Mina had a pistol. I scanned the other teams but was interrupted by Midnight. Now the first part has finished. You have 30 minutes left. What? Already? Said Shoko. Good. What's good? We only have 30 minutes left and we have 0 points. I wasn't talking about that. Look, most of the teams are already tired. We should move now. I have all the information I need. Shoko nodded. The places haven't changed. Monoma's team is still in first place, next is Shinso's, then Bakugo's and then Kirishima's, yelled Present Mike. Midoriya, what are you doing? Didn't you say we should go? Yeah, with this I meant to start hunting. I have a sniper rifle. They are meant to take down targets with each shot. Oh. Watch my back please, I said, and Shoko nodded. Hey, Greed. Could you warn me if you see any participants that escaped my and Shoko's view? Yes, no problem, but don't blame me if you are too late to react. This won't happen. We have Kensoku, but since I'm occupied with shooting, I leave it to you. Thanks. I let my energy flow through my entire body and concentrated on my surroundings. My training with all might was intense but effective. The diameter of my view increased significantly. I fixed my gun and laid down. I already saw all the targets I wanted. I liked my finger and held it in the air to check the wind direction. Once I confirmed the distance, I aimed the gun and shot 3 times. Each shot hit a target. My and Shoko's bracelet showed 1,478 points. It was quite a lot. How did you get so many points in such a short time? Experience. Yeah, but still. So it went for the next 10 minutes. Now we had 12,890 points and were in 3rd place. I wanted to place my gun in the right position, but I was interrupted by greed. Oikaso, there is a person at 270 degrees. The person entered the room and wanted to shoot, but before he could do anything, I shot 3 balls in his direction without taking my attention from the sniper rifle. The 3 balls hit the targets, and all their points went to us. What was that? Said Shoko, turning to face me. She saw me holding my revolver toward Kaminari while still concentrating on my other gun. Teach, I said as I finally broke my attention from the other gun. Shoko, quick, we need to escape, I said, taking my sniper rifle and grabbing Shoko's hand to flee. I quickly looked at my bracelet, and it showed 22,452. And now we have a change. Midoriya's team is now in 2nd place, yelled Mike. I let go of Shoko's hand and guessed that Kaminari's time was up. He then shot at us with his rifle and hit one of Shoko's targets. I dodged 5 of them. Another shot flew toward Shoko, but she created an ice wall before it could hit her. I picked her up and jumped away. We landed a good 30 meters further, and I let her go. Teach, they took us 100 points. And we don't have our tower anymore. Guess we need to move now. You have 10 minutes left, said Midnight. We ran a little to find some other participants. And guess who we found? It was Minoma's team. They noticed us and shot at us. I dodged by doing a backflip. I took my revolver and shot a ball, but they dodged it. Shoko came and shot, hitting 2 of Minoma's targets. I tried to hit the 3rd one, but it hit an ice wall instead. What? I didn't use my quirk. You didn't, it was me. I can copy all quirks as long as I touch the user, said Minoma. Tisage copycat. What did you say? You class 1A always think you are the best, yelled Minoma, shooting everywhere. Bingo. He lost his concentration. I thought and wanted to shoot him, but I didn't have any ammunition left. Great. Time is almost up. Let's count down. Hey everybody say. 7. Cozy Eye shot at me, but I dodged and accidentally threw the magazine in the air. 4. An opening, said Cozy Eye. 3. I don't think so, I said and quickly let the empty magazine of my rifle fall. I then turned the revolver so that the surface of the gun pointed to the ground. The loader in the air fell straight into the gun, and I hit the bottom of the gun against my arm to lock the loader. Then I shot 3 balls at Cozy Eye, hitting his targets. Wow. In the last 10 seconds, the score changed dramatically. Only 2 seconds left. We need to get those points back, yelled Minoma. Too late. Time's up. Let's see who the top 6 teams are right now. In 6th place, Team Tokoyami. In 5th place, Team Ida. In 4th place, Team Kirishima. In 3rd place, Team Shinso. In 2nd place, Team Bakugu, and in 1st place, Team Midoriya, announced Midnight. See? My plan worked. Okay. We'll proceed to the afternoon portion after a 1-hour lunch break. See you then, hey. Eraserhead, wanna grab some food? Said Present Mike. I'm taking a nap, replied Aizawa. Hey Aizu. That was awesome. In only 10 minutes, you and Tadu-chan rose to the top, said Mina. It was only because of Izuku's plan, said Shoko. Come on. Anyone could come up with that plan. What was your plan? Asked Kiri. Yeah, added Kaminari. My plan was to let go of our points so we could observe the other participants without being disturbed. Oh, so if you still had 10 million points, a lot of people would have chased after you, leaving you no time to look for others, Kaminari said. Wow, it's the first time I've heard you say something intelligent, Kiri remarked. Yeah, Kaminari is right. But I also doubt we could protect our points for an hour. Now, shouldn't we grab something to eat before the dining hall gets packed? Said Izuku. Yeah, everyone yelled in unison. Some minutes after lunch. Hey, Kaminari, did you see all those cheerleaders? Whispered Mineta. Yeah, but why did you whispered Kaminari, smiling. What if we tell the other girls that Aizawa asked them to dress like that? Mineta suggested. We could take this opportunity to peek, he yelled. Oh, that's a little, said Kaminari. Don't think I'll let you, said Izuku, cracking his fists and grabbing Mineta by the head. You're really a piece of trash. This is where you belong. He tossed him into a trash can and closed it with Ciro's tape. Thanks, said all the girls who appeared out of nowhere. Time skip, lunch break over. Between the 16 members of the 6 winning teams, we'll have a formal tournament. A series of one-on-one battles, yelled Present Mike. A tournament, huh? So we'll be in that ring I see on TV every year, said Kiri joyfully. Wasn't it a tournament last year too? Asked Mina. The format's always different, but most years involve some kind of head-to-head competition, explained Ciro. The matchups will be decided by drawing lots. Once that's settled, we'll move on to the festivities and then the tournament itself. It's up to each of you 16 finalists whether or not you participate in the fun. I expect some of you would rather take a breather and save your strength. And here are the matchups. Midoriya Izuku vs Uraraka Ochako. Ida Tenya vs Hatsume. Shizaki vs Kaminari Denki. Todoroki Shoko vs Ciro Hanta. Ashido Mina vs Aoyama Yuga. Tokoyami Fumikage vs Yayoro Zumomo. Tetsu vs Kirishima Ijiro. Shinso Hitoshi vs Bakugu Katsuki. Oh no, my first battle is against Deku-kun. He is the worst opponent I could have, cried Ochako. You know you can still give up, said Ciro. No, I'm here to show what I have. I won't give up. Deku-kun, I won't let you beat me in seconds. I will show that I am not weak. Did I ever say that you are weak? No. You are strong, and I won't let anyone say otherwise, said Izuku, causing Ochako to tear up. Did I say something wrong? No. I'm just happy to know that the number 1 in our class thinks I am strong. She's right. Anyone would be happy to know that the number 1 thinks they're strong, said Kiri. Come on, I'm not that strong to be number 1, said Izuku, turning around to see all his classmates looking at him with an "Are you serious?" expression. What? Arg, nothing, they all replied in unison. Hey guys, are you ready? You've been through hell to get here. But now it's time for the one-on-one tournament. You've only got yourself to rely on. Even if you're not a hero, this saying holds true. You know it. Spirit, technique, strength, wisdom, and knowledge. Use them all and show you as your best, yelled Present Mike. The first match. The person who has always been in the top 3 without even showing you as his quirk. Midoriya Izuku from the hero course. Mike-sensei, why? You know that I don't have a quirk. Versus the excellent Uraraka Ochako, also from the hero course. Wow, this will be a wild battle. The rules are simple. Win by knocking your opponent out of the ring, immobilizing them, or getting them to say, I give up. Bring the pain. We have our good old recovery girl on standby. And fight dirty if you must. Ethics have no meaning here. Well, of course, going for the kill is you'll be disqualified. Because true heroes' fists fly only when in pursuit of villains. If someone does, Cementos will stop them. But Start, shouted Present Mike. As soon as Present Mike gave the signal, Izuku let Greed fall to the ground. Uraraka rushed toward Izuku, attempting to touch him, but he skillfully dodged her. This dance continued for a while. Oi Ochako, this isn't really what I taught you, he called out. You'll see, she replied confidently. The break is over. Now for the next battle, Midoriya vs Ida. Now start. Ida charged at Izuku, delivering a kick, but Izuku evaded it. Ida tried again, but Izuku dodged once more. I guess I need to go full speed against you, huh? Ida said, ramping up his speed and circling Izuku. He kicked again, but Izuku caught his foot and flung him out of the ring with great force. Ida crashed into the wall, leaving a noticeable dent. What? It's already over? Midoriya wins. Midnight announced. Infirmary. Deku-kun, great battle out there. Ida was really fast. How did you keep up? Uraraka asked. I don't know. Instinct? Izuku replied, scratching his head. We never know with you, huh? She said, and Izuku laughed nervously. Hey! Now for the next battle, Shiozaki versus Todoroki. Present Mike yelled. Oh, I need to see this battle, Izuku said. Yeah, your next opponent is one of them. Good luck for your next matchup. I'll be cheering for you, Uraraka encouraged. Yeah, good luck, they both shouted to Ida. You scared me there, Uraraka said, surprised. I didn't see you there. Sorry if I was a little rough, Ida replied. Huh, don't worry. You need to show your strength. Now go, the match has already started. Ida urged. Hi. Izuku responded, rushing to his seat, but the battle had already concluded. Shiozaki was completely frozen and unable to move. Huh, she still hasn't used her fire, huh? Izuku noted. Now for the next battle, Ashido versus Tokoyami. Start. After a brief PRD, Tokoyami emerged victorious. Next up is the last matchup, Kirishima versus Bakugo. Ready? Start. Katsuki unleashed explosions at Kirishima, but Kirishima's skin hardened, rendering her attacks ineffective. However, after a series of rapid strikes, Katsuki managed to land a hit. Did he feel that hit? Shouted Present Mike. You always brag about how tough your body is, but it looks like with enough rapid attacks, you start to fall apart, Katsuki taunted, launching a flurry of attacks until Kirishima lost consciousness. And it's Bakugo's win, Mike declared. Yeah, now we come to the interesting part, Midoriya versus Todoroki. Good luck, Izuku said to Todoroki. Yeah, you too, Todoroki replied. I expected something like, I don't need luck, Izuku joked. I've changed, okay? Todoroki said, slightly embarrassed. Start. Present Mike shouted, and Todoroki immediately froze half of the stage. Sorry, but I can't lose. It's my win, Todoroki declared. And it's Todoroki's why bang. Ha! Bang bang. Oi, I can still move, Izuku said, breaking through the last layer of ice. What power! Midoriya won't let anyone beat him down. Mike yelled. The match continues, Midnight said. Tisich, Todoroki muttered, using her ice quirk again, but it was futile. Izuku shattered the ice effortlessly. You're still not using your fire, huh? Izuku remarked. I do what I want, she replied, placing her hand on the ground and summoning a giant bear made of ice. And Izuku, thanks for your help back then. The bear charged at Izuku, attempting to strike him, but he dodged. Izuku leaped and punched the bear on its head. DMN, it's pretty sturdy. My hand hurts. The bear retaliated, slapping him, but Izuku raised his arms to shield himself. He slid slightly but managed to stop the bear's attack. Gathering his strength, he punched the bear, causing it to shatter. Todoroki then created an ice bazooka and fired at him. Izuku dodged and appeared behind her, landing a blow to her stomach. She flew back, coughing slightly. He then appeared behind her again, striking her back. Oi, don't underestimate me. Go at full power. Punch me as hard as you can. Being a girl isn't an excuse, she challenged. I'll do the same as you, Izuku replied. What do you mean? She asked, confused. You won't use your fire, so I won't use my full strength. You're underestimating me. I won't use it. Then me neither. You are different. I won't use his power. How many times do I have to tell you? It's yours. Your power, not his. You can be who you want to be. Don't follow his path. Shoko's eyes widened, and she unleashed flames. I want to be a hero too, she said, throwing her flames at Izuku. That was clever, kid, he acknowledged. I just thought that. It was a mistake, I'm done for. Don't worry. Is 30% okay for you? Take it. Izuku summoned greed, and the dragon on his chest began to move down his arm, connecting with greed. He felt intense pain and began to sweat. I'm still impressed that you aren't screaming. How? Never show weakness in front of the enemy. So you force yourself, huh? That's still impressive. It's alright, it's over. Now, start the transformation. Asu. But before Izuku could react, Shoko's flames struck him, spreading everywhere. The heat was palpable for all spectators, but suddenly, the flames converged into one spot and vanished, as if time had reversed. The smoke cleared, revealing Izuku standing with a giant sword before him, unscathed. Loaded, Greed announced, and everyone heard him this time. Shoko, I will return your flames, Izuku said, swinging his sword, sending a fiery slash toward her. Cementos! Midnight shouted. I know, Cementos replied, activating his quirk to build thick walls for protection. But it wasn't enough. The slash cut through the walls, weakening them. One wall bore a deep cut, and Shoko received a diagonal slash across her stomach and chest. Oh no, she gasped. Midoriya wins. Midnight whispered. Midoriya wins, she shouted. Immediately, Izuku rushed toward Shoko. Hey, Shoko, are you all right? He asked, but received no answer. Oh no, I went too far, he panicked, lifting her and carrying her in his arms. He dashed to the infirmary. Infirmary. Recovery girl. What is it? You always beat your opponents up. Restrain yourself. She's pretty beaten up. She needs an operation. I'm sorry. Now to the next matchup. Tokoyami versus Bakugo. Present Mike yelled. Don't worry. She'll be alright. Go watch the match. Your next opponent is one of them. Yeah, Izuku replied, making his way to his seat. Just as the match was ongoing. That's so annoying. Katsuki yelled, unleashing an explosion on Tokoyami's dark shadow. It seemed the shadow couldn't withstand her attacks. What bloodlust, Tokoyami observed. It's Bakugo versus Tokoyami, and Bakugo is unstoppable. Tokoyami has come this far with a series of wins thanks to his near-invincible quirk, but now he's totally on the defensive. He can't even get close. Mike announced. Come on, Tokoyami. Your attacks against us were incredibly strong, one of the spectators remarked. The light from those explosions is keeping him at bay. It's a tough matchup for him, said Ochako. He could still turn this around if Katsuki doesn't figure out his secret weakness, Izuku replied. I underestimated her. There's no time to recharge Dark Shadow's power. But if he runs out, it's all over. Trying to tire me out? She's more clever than I gave her credit for, thought Tokoyami as Katsuki leaped into the air, aiming to hit him with her explosion. He quickly defended himself with Dark Shadow. Grab her, Dark Shadow, Tokoyami commanded, but Katsuki dodged and soared over him. She prepared to attack from behind, but Dark Shadow shielded his back. Stun grenade, she shouted, unleashing a bright explosion. Always with those dust clouds. What's happening down there? Mike commented. So you knew somehow. Tokoyami said. It was obvious after enough hits. Well, bad matchup for you, what a pity. Checkmate, she said with a smile, pinning Tokoyami to the ground with one hand while the other was ready to explode. I give. Tokoyami has surrendered. Bakugo wins. Midnight announced. Looks like our final match is set, Midoriya versus Bakugo, Mike yelled. Poor Tokoyami, Ochako said. I was sure Tokoyami would pull it off, Siro added. Guess he's not invincible after all, Kaminari remarked. Weakness to light, huh? I see. Well, that guy sure loves exploiting stuff like that. Kiri whispered. Guys, I will go now. Yeah. Good luck, Izuku. Midoriya versus Bakugo, huh? Today is really Class A's day. Dimon. So it's these two. How's this going to go? Ochako wondered. Observe and learn now, and we'll get them back later, Ida replied. Right. Bzzzzzzz. Whoa, what was that? Why are you vibrating? My phone. Oh, your phone. Mother. Hello. Lost mother. I apologize if I've disappointed you. This isn't about that. Oh, Tenya. Stay calm and listen to me. Hence it. Your brother. A villain got him. Here it comes, the final. Midoriya versus Bakugo, Mike yelled. Tisich, I never thought that weak Deku would come so far, Katsuki said. It's normal. Anyone would think I'm weak if I hide my true strength. You may be strong, but you cannot defeat me. And we will see, Match started. Katsuki dashed toward Izuku, using her explosions, but he dodged. She jumped, and Izuku followed her with his eyes, but she suddenly vanished. He looked down to see her hand just inches from his head. She's fast. She unleashed an explosion right in his face. Did I get him? She jumped back, waiting for the smoke to clear, but Izuku burst through it with a slight burn on his cheek. Please don't let him think. She attacked again, and Izuku jumped back. Katsuki rolled while using her quirk to boost her speed, resembling an explosive rolling rock. She prepared to strike. This is bad. She can cover this distance before I land. Knock her hand away. Izuku attempted a kick, but no one was in sight. He looked back and saw Katsuki. A feint. I see she used her explosions to get behind me. Katsuki attacked again, landing a punch to his stomach. He flew a distance but managed to stop himself with his hand on the ground. That was close, he thought, glancing at the line. What's going on? I thought you were tougher than that. Arg, come on. I'm only warming up. It's now that it really starts. Izuku charged toward her, but Katsuki used her explosion to blind him. Stun grenade, she yelled, rushing at him. Izuku dodged with a front flip, then ran toward her and kicked. Katsuki quickly protected herself with her arms. As he prepared to land, she used her explosion to appear behind him. He turned to kick her again, but he was too slow. She unleashed an explosion, sending them both flying a few meters away. Teach, I guess I will go serious. Izuku closed his eyes and concentrated on his surroundings. Blue flames began to flicker around him, but one flame was particularly close. There is no time to close your eyes, she yelled, reaching for his arm. But he jumped and grabbed her arm instead, throwing her out of the ring. Before she hit the ground, she activated her quirk and flew back to him. It seems like I've worked up a sweat, she said, spinning around while using her quirk. She spun faster, creating a tornado of explosions. Howitzer impact. Are you kidding? I will only have 30% left. Well, this is what any other person would say, but not me. Why are you even asking? You already know my answer. Wakata. The explosion hit Izuku squarely. What is that? Bakugo has showed you us massive firepower. What power? What happened to Midoriya, I wonder? We will know after the smoke clears. Mike shouted. As the smoke dissipated, Izuku stood tall, holding a shield as high as he was. This shield can only take 3 massive attacks. Don't waste it on weak ones because even those count. Unbelievable. Midoriya is unharmed, not even a single burn. Mike exclaimed. No way, Katsuki said, attacking again. She created a barrage of mini explosions. Armor-piercing shot, autocannon. Slow, Izuku said, dodging by merely moving his head. My turn. Izuku charged at Katsuki and punched her in the stomach, sending her flying. She quickly regained her balance using her explosions and ran toward him, preparing to punch. He noticed and aimed to kick her, but she used her explosions to get behind him. She attempted to punch him, but he bent down to avoid it. Katsumi stumbled over Izuku, who seized the opportunity to strike her in the side. She coughed, a small trickle of blood escaping her lips as she hit the ground hard. Wow. Your punches are really something. I can't defeat you without taking some risks, she admitted, gathering her resolve to leap back into the fight. Howitzer impact, full power, she shouted, unleashing a massive explosion aimed directly at Izuku. Are you sure about that? He replied, narrowly dodging the blast and countering with a punch that sent Katsumi crashing to the ground, causing the earth to shake beneath. Wait, what happened? I can't see anything through the smoke. Let's wait until it clears, someone shouted. As the smoke began to dissipate, 2 figures emerged, revealing a deep crater. Izuku stood over an unconscious Katsumi, his fist hovering just inches from her face. I didn't even touch her, he thought, glancing at his fist. What happened to my arm? It looks like a dragon's. Greed, did you do this? No, I have no idea, Greed replied, equally surprised. Izuku looked at his arm again, only to find it returned to normal. Weird. Katsumi is out of bounds. So Midoriya is the winner. And that concludes our contest. The first-year winner of UA's sports festival is Midoriya Izuku of Class A. Midnight announced. Now let's move on to the awards ceremony. In third place, we have both Todoroki and Tokoyami. Second place goes to Bakugo, and first place is Midoriya. Now for the medals. Presenting them this year is you know who. I am here with the medals. He's everyone's hero, All Might. Congratulations, Tokoyami. You're a strong one, All Might said, handing him his medal. You honor me too highly. But relying solely on your quirk won't be enough to overcome a bad matchup. Hone your innate strength to unlock a world full of opportunities. Understood. Todoroki, congratulations. It seems you've decided to embrace your fire quirk. Yeah, but it's not something I can just forget. There are still things I need to settle first. That's a new look on your face. Whatever you need to settle, I'm sure you can handle it. Bakugo, I didn't expect you to be so calm. I thought you'd be yelling for a rematch. I've lost. I must accept it and learn from my mistakes. Are you Bakugo? You must be a fake one. Ha! I'm the one and only Katsumi. Okay, it's really you. You're the only one who can make that face. Anyway, you're right. If you learn from your mistakes, you can become one of the best heroes, despite your personality. The last part was whispered. What did you say? Oh no. All Might panicked and quickly approached Izuku. Midoriya, my son, kid. You did great in all the events. As expected of you. Todoroki's inner self, I knew it. Well, these are the winners. But hold on, everyone. Everyone here today has the potential to be standing up here. As you all witnessed. Competition. Encouragement. Pushing each other to climb higher and higher. The sprouts of today will grow into the heroes of tomorrow. In that spirit, let's have one final cheer. Everyone, say it with me. 1, 2, and 3. Thanks for the hard work. Everyone else, plus ultra. Oh right. It's just that they really did work so hard and... Time skip, hospital. Brother. I'm sorry. I know you looked up to me. But your big brother. I lost. Next day, Todoroki's household. Huh, the hospital? Fuyumi, the oldest daughter, said. Why so sudden? I mean, you really went without telling father, Shoko? Yeah. Why now? Why go see her after all this time? Hospital. My very existence drove her away, which is why I never went to see her. But now, even if she's not asking for it, I will save her. Mom. Meanwhile, Midoriya household. 7 times. Isn't that something? Yeah. I fainted 7 times since the second event. Izuku, I'm so proud of you. You've become a strong young man. If this continues, a lot of girls are going to be after you, and I will have grandchildren. No, I don't want to be a grandma yet, and I don't want my boy to leave the house. Mom. I'm 15. Yeah, I'm sorry, but you are such a handsome young man. Mom. Okay. 2 days later, train. Young man. You're Midoriya from the hero course, right? Said one man. Huh, said everyone else, turning to Izuku. Nice going at the sports festival. Your last punch was impressive, destroying the entire ring, the same man continued. You're in first place, right? Pretty cool, said another man. You're taller than I imagined, said a third. Can I have an autograph? My daughter has been a fan of yours since then. She only talks about you, said a fourth man. Oh, me too, said the second man. Oh, also one for me. You will surely be a great hero in the future. I can't miss this opportunity, said a woman. Also for me, said the third man. Hey, let him breathe. But I also want one, said the first man. Sigh okay. 6 months after the sports festival. Izuku's POV. After the sports festival, a lot had happened. We first went for a summer training camp with our class and Class B, where we were attacked by the League of Villains. Everyone was fine except for Bakugo, who was captured. The pro heroes went to rescue her, but it was there that we lost our symbol of peace. One villain, known as All for One, posed a significant challenge for All Might. He disrupted All Might's energy flow, preventing him from using his full strength, and revealed his true form to the world. Following these events, we took our Pro Hero license exams. Everything went well, and everyone received their licenses except for Mineta. That evening, Katsumi discovered the concept of energy manipulation and began training with All Might and me. After that, we met the Big Three, UA's top students. Mirio, one of the Big Three, introduced me to his mentor, Night-Eye. Mirio explained that Night-Eye was a pro with observation abilities, capable of seeing 10 minutes into the future. He taught me a lot, and I even improved my skills beyond All Might's level. I just finished my training and was heading back to the dorms. Third-person POV. Hey, how are you? Izuku greeted as he stood by the entrance of the dorms. Midoriya Izuku, Deku-kun, everyone shouted. We haven't seen you in a month, Ochako exclaimed, hugging him tightly. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was training. Can you let go, please? I can't breathe. Oh, right. Sorry. I'm going to bed. I'm exhausted. Good night, Midoriya. Ida called out. Yeah, you too. He then went to his room and flopped onto his pillow, too tired to care that he still had his clothes on. All he wanted was to sleep. Next morning, Izuku woke up at 5 a.m. and went for a run. After his workout, he took a shower and made breakfast. What smells so good? Toru wondered as she rushed down the stairs. Oh, good morning, Toru. I'm making pancakes. Can I have some? She begged, a little drool at the corner of her mouth. Yeah, I made breakfast for everyone. Can you wake the others up? They're done. Toru nodded and dashed upstairs. She yelled, Wake up, everyone. Breakfast is ready. Oh, shut up. Why are you yelling at 7 a.m. on a weekend? Katsumi yelled back. What are you doing? Shoko, you scared me. You really did look scared, Shoko said with a smirk. Anyway, are those pancakes? Yes. The rest of the class rushed down the stairs, most of them still half asleep. I'm hungry, Kaminari complained. Could you help me set the table? Ugh, why should we do this? I think I will bring some to my mother. Yes, they exclaimed, immediately setting the table. What is that? Why aren't the dishes in alphabetical order? Ida complained. Ida, what does that even mean? Food is ready. They all sat at the table and took 3 pancakes each. So good, Mina said. So fluffy, Ochako added. It's even better than what my cook makes, Momo confirmed. They devoured their pancakes in record time. Okawari, everyone shouted. Hihei, I don't have any pancake batter left, and I can't make more. I used all the eggs. Ah, no. Shoko cried. Sorry, now I'm going to wash the dishes. Yay, thanks, Aizu, Toru said cheerfully, and Izuku smiled at her. Time skip. Izuku, where are you going? Shoko asked. Oh, I need to talk to All Might. Todoroki's inner thoughts. All Might's secret love child. With All Might. You still don't know how to use your energy manipulation, right? Yeah, I tried to learn with Greed, but it's no use. I'm going to train you. But you said I should forget about it because it's too dangerous. I know, but I've changed my mind. Do you accept? It's a huge risk, you know. You know my answer. Okay, we will start training tomorrow at 5 a.m. Bang. Ai Izuku. Sob Ida is sniff Ida is, Ochako cried. Hey, take your time and explain what happened. Our dorm is under attack by a villain. Ida recognized him and wanted to confront him, but he was severely injured. Who is the villain? I don't know. He called himself Phoenix. He was the one who attacked Ida's brother. Help us. All Might, I'm going. If only I still had my muscle form. Okay, but be careful. I'm going to warn the school. Izuku nodded, carried Ochako in his arms, and jumped out of the window. Meanwhile, in the 1A dorms. Why are you here? Katsumi yelled. I'm here for a certain person, but it seems like they aren't here, Phoenix replied. What are you planning to do with them once they arrive? This is none of your business. You creep. Katsumi used her quirk and scorched his skin, but it quickly healed. It's useless, you can't beat me. I'm a phoenix, and phoenixes are immortal. Now it's my turn. Phoenix unleashed his flames, and Katsumi barely dodged. She attacked again, but he regenerated from her touch. She jumped and struck from behind, but he noticed and tried to grab her arm. Shoko intervened, freezing half of his body. Katsumi then unleashed a powerful explosion, shattering the ice, but half of his body quickly regenerated. Too bad. This doesn't work on me. He released flames, regenerating once more. I'm getting bored. Since he isn't here, I'll force him to come. I wonder if some injured classmates will do the trick? I'll start with you. Phoenix said playfully, pointing at Mineta. He suddenly appeared before Mineta and scorched him. Mineta! Kaminari shouted. Ha, Phoenix laughed. How weak. I expected more from the hero course. But it's normal since I'm that strong. You creep. Don't underestimate us. Katsumi yelled. The only strong ones are you, that girl with red and white hair, that guy with red hair, and that bird. I'm not a bird, Tokoyami replied. Time to play. Katsumi charged at him and unleashed an explosion, but he vanished and reappeared behind her. He unleashed orange-red flames, burning her back. Katsumi screamed in pain. How dare you, Shoko yelled. Before she could finish, Phoenix grabbed her arm and twisted it. A loud crack echoed, followed by a scream. He then stepped back. Burn to hell. He unleashed his flames. Who's next? You. Who are you? A figure emerged from the smoke. Phoenix smiled. Finally you're here. I've been waiting. Izuku. There was Ochako clinging tightly to Izuku's neck, and Shoko, unconscious, was cradled in his arms. Izuku gently set Shoko and Ochako down and turned to face Phoenix. He recognized him but wished he hadn't. His eyes widened, then were shadowed by his hair as he stepped forward, each movement causing the ground to tremble. Yo, long time no see. Izuku suddenly vanished and kicked Phoenix, but he blocked it with his arm. A shockwave erupted, flattening Phoenix's arm, but it quickly healed. Phoenix smiled and whistled. Fast and strong, even if you're quirkless. I'm proud of you. Like hell you are. Oh come on. I'm still a father. Can't a father be proud of their son? Shut up, he yelled, striking him in the face, sending him flying a few meters. But it was futile, as he immediately regenerated. You really don't hold back, huh? I guess you're really mad at me. Mad? Don't make me laugh. I hate you. Who wouldn't after what you did? Yeah, you're right. But it's thanks to you that I am so strong. I also got this title. Title? What do you mean? I can only tell you that I am a member of the most powerful organization. You'll learn more later. Now, no time to chat. Izuku, come with me. And what about no? If you don't want to come with me, then I'm going to make you. Like I will let you. Izuku reached out to grab Greed, but found nothing there. Greed. Izuku looked around but couldn't find him. His thoughts were interrupted by Phoenix, who unleashed a burst of flames. Izuku dodged and then grabbed Phoenix's face, slamming it onto his knee. It hurts. You broke my nose and damaged my skull. It's time to get serious. Suddenly, Phoenix attacked, appearing behind Izuku. Fast. I almost couldn't dodge, even with observation key. My body is too slow to react. You can even dodge that? Then let's see how you handle superior speed. He can go even faster? Phoenix lifted his finger, and Izuku suddenly felt a sharp pain in his right arm. He struggled to suppress a scream, slowly looking down to see his arm was gone. His eyes widened, and then he heard a scream. It was Ochako, looking horrified at the sight of his severed arm rolling slowly toward her. My, what a scene. As you can see, I cut your arm. I also burned all the cells inside it, so even if you try to reattach it, it won't regenerate. But don't worry, if you come with us, you'll get an artificial one. So you have no choice but to comply. Oh Tisich, I can't even have a proper meeting with my son. Demon heroes. All Might and the other heroes gasped at the scene. You young Midoriya, what happened to your arm? Don't worry, I'm fine. Izuku growled through the pain, falling to his knee and clutching his arm. No, you need to go to the infirmary, Aizawa ordered. TC, DMN heroes interrupting my moment with my son. Hisashi growled angrily, wrapping flames around his hand and slowly approaching Aizawa. Aizawa activated his quirk, attempting to erase Hisashi's powers, but it didn't work. It doesn't work. Useless. Because of Izuku, my quirk transformed into something much better. What do you mean? Oh, you'll find out someday. In heaven. I will make sure you heroes suffer. Suddenly he dashed toward Aizawa. Aizawa wrapped his scarf around himself, but Phoenix burned it away. Phoenix then scorched Aizawa's shoulder and punched him in the face. The other heroes rushed in to attack simultaneously, but Phoenix surrounded himself with flames. The flames grew, scorching many of them badly. Midnight attempted to use her quirk, but Phoenix burned her abdomen. She screamed, and another hero rushed in, only to be defeated by Phoenix. This continued for a while until Phoenix grew tired of the game. Ma, I've had enough fun. Now who will I take down first? How about you, he said, pointing at All Might. Izuku tried to stand but fell to his knee again. It wouldn't be useful since you're already retired, but I want to read in the newspaper, the symbol of peace dead? That would be great. The citizens would panic even more than they already are. Phoenix wrapped red flames around his wrist and suddenly vanished. He then attacked, feeling his hand penetrate something hot and slick. A warm liquid flowed down his arm. All Might stood in shock, realizing it wasn't him who had been pierced, but Izuku. Phoenix's hand went through Izuku, grabbing and squeezing something. It was a heart. Oi, didn't the boss say not to kill him? We're in trouble, said a voice Izuku recognized. I know, Greed. It isn't my fault he jumped in front of me. The figure walked closer, revealing itself as a wolf with 10 tails. Greed? Izuku managed to say as his vision began to fade. Yes, it's me. This is my true form. Why you betrayed me? Why? I never claimed to be your friend. I only said I would help you and be a fighting partner. Izuku then fell unconscious, and Phoenix tossed him to the ground. I didn't want to kill him, but I think the boss could do something about it. Ma, I hate leaving things unfinished, so I'll leave the rest here. Be quick, we have no time left. Don't worry, it will be over in a flash. Now, Phoenix was interrupted by a loud heartbeat. He looked in the direction of Izuku, whose wound began to heal. The sky darkened, and a mass of dark ki surrounded Izuku. Thunder-like sounds erupted from it, shaking the ground. The mass of ki dissipated, revealing a figure. See, that's the consequence of trying to kill him. Good job. Now you've awakened him, and now we have a big problem. Sheet, cursed Phoenix. The figure stepped forward, sporting black dragon wings and a dragon tail, with 2 horns on either side of its head, red, cat-like eyes, and a strange lightning-like mark on its right eye. Asked Greed. What is it? We don't have time to daydream. Quick, we have to go. Greed turned to flee, but the figure was faster and punched him. Greed flew a good 12 meters, spitting blood. He's incredibly strong. We don't stand a chance right now, even as 2. I know. I told you to bring the equipment with you, but you didn't want to listen, complained Phoenix. The figure walked slowly toward Hisashi, grabbing him by the collar. Hey, Izuku, I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. I promise I won't hurt you or your friends anymore, trembled Phoenix, but Izuku remained silent. He lifted his fist and punched Phoenix squarely in the face. His head flew away but regenerated immediately. Izuku's hand transformed into that of a dragon and punched Hisashi's stomach, creating a massive hole. Phoenix fell unconscious immediately. All Might and Izuku's classmates were shocked and terrified. Hisashi's regeneration has reached its limit. Greed rushed toward him, ready to strike Izuku with his tail, but Izuku looked at him with a blank expression before delivering a punch to his jaw and then to his back. I can't move. He injured my jaw and my back. On top of that, my vision is starting to blur. I need to get away. Greed then grabbed Phoenix with his tail and suddenly vanished. The hybrid wanted to pursue them but quickly fell unconscious. The students of Class 1A and the pro heroes were left in shock, unsure of what had just transpired and filled with concern. One day later, Izuku's eyes slowly fluttered open. He touched his forehead, feeling an unexplained headache. Ugh, where am I? He wondered as he looked around. He found himself in a cavern. His question was answered by a mysterious voice. You're in your own consciousness, Izuku. Startled, Izuku jumped back. Who are you? What do you want from me? How do you know my name? Show yourself. Don't worry, I mean no harm. Come closer and I will answer your questions. Izuku hesitated but eventually approached cautiously. He looked up to see a giant black dragon. My name is Ryuku, and I am actually a part of you. What do you mean you are me? Sorry, you unintentionally created me. I am a part of you formed from ki. To put it simply, I am your king's ki. Huh, hold on. I have king's ki? The rare ki that only 0.2% of the population possesses. No way. You're lying. Ryuka looked him straight in the eyes. I'm telling the truth. Ryuka smiled. Yes, I have more to tell you about what happened yesterday. What do you mean? I was attacked by two villains and Izuku's eyes widened. Wait, shouldn't I have died? My heart, wait, am I dead? I thought you didn't remember, Ryuka sighed. Remember what? Listen. After you died, you awakened your king's ki, which is me, and you defeated those villains. And know you're alive. But how? I don't understand. What exactly is king's ki, and why can't I remember anything? King's ki is like a second quirk but much more powerful. It's usually awakened by death. The sudden shock of death allows a new energy to flow through your body, and since your body isn't accustomed to that energy, it causes a lot of pain. That's why you went berserk and don't remember a thing. Oh, I understand. You don't need to know more for now, so wake up. Wake up? He opened his eyes and blinked. Was that a dream? No, you fool. Fool. You're finally awake, Recovery Girl said. How long have I been asleep? You've slept for almost 16 hours. That long? I missed my daily training. Izuku stood up and dashed through the door. Wait you, and he was gone. Really, this generation is too energetic. At the dorms. Hey, Izuku. Yeah. Skip school. That would have a huge impact on my hero career. I'm not going to do that. No. What I mean is to ask permission to skip school for an unknown PRD of time. Why? It's for training. You need a lot of time and concentration to control your ki. But can't I do this at school? No, you absolutely cannot be interrupted. It could be dangerous for you. I see. I'll try. Some minutes later, Izuku saw All Might in the hallway and explained everything to him. All Might said he would talk to Nizu to see if it was all right. Nizu agreed since Izuku already had excellent grades and enough experience in hero work, but he needed to return in at least 8 months. Izuku said his goodbyes to the entire class and went somewhere quiet. At a calm place. So what do I need to do? Meditate. Huh. What I mean is that you need to get used to the pain and recognize the differences between my ki and yours. For that, you need to meditate while allowing your ki to flow through your body. You need to have a higher percentage of my ki than yours. Understand? Yes, I think I understand. Good, because I won't help you. Huh, why? Because I'm taking a nap. You can't be serious. Ryuka. Hey, Ryuka. He's really sleeping. Sigh, I should start now. Izuku sat on the grass and began to meditate. 6 months later, at the dorms. I'm finally back. He pushed the door open, and everyone inside froze. Then everyone rushed toward him and hugged him. Izuku, we missed you, sobbed Ochako. We thought you wouldn't come back, added Momo. You, bro, it wasn't cool of you. You could have given us some news, Kiri said as he playfully punched Izuku in the stomach, which had no effect on him. I'm sorry, bro. Well, you called me bro, so I will forgive you. Hey, I still plan to finish my studies and become a hero. So I won't abandon you. Izuku woke up to the sound of his alarm clock. He turned it off and looked at his phone. It was 5 a.m. He stood up and went to his closet, pulling out a black tank top and white shorts before getting dressed. He carefully shut the door to avoid making noise and took the elevator. He passed through the common room and went outside, putting his earphones in and starting his daily 20 kilometers run. After his run, he returned to the dorms and took a quick shower. He flopped onto his bed and fell asleep. "Even," yelled Ochako as she burst through the door and entered his room. She noticed that Izuku was still asleep and jumped on him. "Itai." "Ochako, what was that for?" "It's your turn to cook. You jumped on me only to tell me that it was my turn to cook." Izuku's eyes were shadowed by his hair, and Ochako noticed a vein popping out on his forehead. Ochako quickly got off him and ran toward the door to protect herself. "Why yes, but it's kind of an emergency. Katsumi wants to cook. She said you take too long. The others are all trying to hold her back because we all know she could cause a disaster in the kitchen." Izuku's eyes widened as he jumped out of bed and dashed out the door. "Wait," Ochako said, blushing. "What now? Why you're shirtless?" Izuku looked down and realized she was right. He ran back to his room, grabbed the first shirt he found, and hurried out the door. He rushed to the stairs, deciding the elevator was too slow, and jumped over the railings. He reached the kitchen and saw chaos. Everything was burning, and everyone was panicking. Kirishima yelled, "We need water. Water!" Shoko sat on the couch as if nothing was happening. Kaminari was on the ground, crying and whispering, "We're gonna die." Ida and Momo were trying to calm everyone down, while Katsumi was shouting and causing more mayhem. "What in the world? Why, everyone calm down. Katsumi, what have you done?" Izuku exclaimed. "Ah, Izuku, finally. Help us please," Ida begged. After 45 minutes, they finally finished cleaning the kitchen and sat down to eat happily. "Does anyone want another coffee?" Izuku asked. "No," everyone replied. Izuku went to the coffee brewer and made another cup. Izuku, you're acting strange today. You never drink coffee, and you usually wake up before us. Is something wrong?" Ida asked. "No, don't worry. I'm just really tired from the intense training I did yesterday, plus I woke up early today. It's nothing." "Hey, it's great to train, but you shouldn't overwork yourself." Kirishima punched his shoulder playfully, causing Izuku to accidentally spill coffee on Momo's shirt. "Ah, I'm sorry, Momo," Izuku apologized. "Don't worry, I forgive you, but under one condition." Izuku blinked, and Momo continued, "You need to go shopping with me tomorrow." Okay, that sounds fair. Is 11 a.m. good for you?" Momo nodded, and Izuku walked away. Momo turned around and smiled at a pouting Ochako. One day later, Izuku got ready and waited for Momo. She came running, apologizing for being late. "So, are you ready?" Momo nodded, and Izuku tapped on the motorbike. "Climb on." Momo nodded and did as he said. Izuku started the motorbike. "Are you ready? This bike is pretty fast, so hold on tight." Momo nodded and wrapped her arms around him. He revved the engine and drove to the mall. Once they arrived, Izuku parked the motorbike. They got off and headed into the mall. Before Izuku could finish his sentence, Momo dragged him into the first shop. "This is going to be a long day." 3 hours later, Izuku and Momo walked out of a shop with many shopping bags when they heard bangs followed by a scream. "Kya, a villain!" Izuku dropped all the shopping bags and ran to the woman. "What happened?" he asked the elderly lady. "The villain has my grandchildren and another woman as hostages. What should I do?" "Call the police." Izuku turned and ran through the panicking crowd. "Echi, give me all your money, or I will crush them," the villain shouted. "Who do you want to crush?" Izuku asked. "Are you an idiot? The hostages, right? He-ha?" The villain looked down and realized the hostages were no longer there. "Are you talking about them?" Izuku asked, pointing to the hostages beside him. "When did you?" Doesn't matter anymore. I will crush you and then everyone else." The villain's arms bulged with muscles. Momo, get all the civilians to safety and then go save anyone trapped in the buildings. Momo nodded and quickly ran to the nearest building. The villain dashed toward Izuku, attempting to punch him with his strengthened arm, but Izuku dodged easily. He grabbed the villain's arm, stretched it, and slammed his knee into it. The villain stepped back, looking at his injured arm, but then smiled as it began to regenerate. Tisich, another one with a regeneration quirk. Ah, kid, you're better than some useless pro heroes. But your hits are kind of weak, the villain taunted. I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or not. Izuku then grabbed the villain's face and slammed it down, breaking his nose, which quickly healed. Momo emerged from the building with some civilians, letting them go and watching Izuku. Huh? Izuku, why aren't you using your full strength? She asked. Momo, we're in a mall. If I use my full strength, I could destroy shops and hurt civilians. A hero's job isn't just about defeating villains, it's also about minimizing destruction. Civilians could still be trapped in some buildings, Izuku explained, still focused on the villain. Momo's eyes widened but quickly turned determined as she ran back into another building. I know who you are. You're Muscular, an S-class villain who escaped from jail, right? Izuku said. You got it right, kid. If I understood correctly, you don't want me to destroy the buildings, right? Well, too bad, that's exactly what I want. Muscular suddenly disappeared and reappeared next to a shop, wrapping his muscles around his arm, ready to punch it. Oh, don't think I will let you, Izuku said, appearing before Muscular. He grabbed his arm, threw him over his shoulder, and pressed his arm behind his back. I've immobilized you, you can't move anymore. Are you sure about that? Muscular smiled, and spikes shot out of his back, forcing Izuku to jump back. My muscles can take whatever form I want as long as they're connected to my body. Give up, kid, you can't beat me. Izuku wanted to attack but stopped when he noticed Momo trying to save a child trapped under some rubble. Wait, Momo. You need to stabilize the building first. If you remove the stones, it could collapse, Izuku said, keeping his attention on Muscular. Momo nodded. Muscular punched at Izuku, but he dodged by jumping. Izuku then wrapped his legs around Muscular's face and slammed him to the ground. Muscular quickly stood up and attempted to kick Izuku in the abdomen, but Izuku bent down, placed his hands on the ground, and slammed Muscular's face into the ground. Momo came running out of the building with all the civilians. Izuku, I finished saving all the citizens. Do you need help? She asked. Izuku replied, No, it's fine, thanks. I'm almost done that I found it. He exclaimed as he targeted a weak spot on Muscular's side. Muscular, still on the ground, widened his eyes in surprise. Izuku tossed the piece of muscle aside and shook his hand to rid it of the remnants of their struggle. Don't look at me like that. It's not like you're going to die, Izuku said. Muscular responded, That's not it. How did you know that was my weak point? Izuku smiled. It's easy. Every time you used your quirk, it started from your rib and expanded to the limb you wanted to use. So I guessed it was your weak point. Plus, I know you can't use your quirk for the next 2 hours. Ha! You're really the best, kid. You're the first to ever find my weak point. I feel kinda weak, getting beaten by a kid who hasn't even given his best. Hands in the air, the police yelled as they rushed toward them. Finally, it was about time. The police placed it.CFFS on Muscular, but to Izuku's surprise, they also grabbed his hands and put the cuffs on him. Izuku wondered. You're under arrest for illegally using your quirk. Unfazed, Izuku broke the cuffs effortlessly, leaving the police in shock. Those it.CFFS were specially designed to suppress quirks and were known for their strength. Yet, Izuku shattered them like they were nothing. First of all, I've never used my quirk. Second, don't arrest people without knowing who they are, Izuku said, pulling out his hero license from his pocket, which Momo also presented. The policeman quickly apologized for his mistake. Evening, dorms. Yo, we're back, Izuku announced. Bro, you were so manly out there. Kirishima exclaimed. Right, Mina chimed in. Hold on. What are you guys talking about? The fight at the mall. Wait, we were on TV. 1 week later, in the classroom, the bell rang, and everyone took their seats as Aizawa entered. Midoriya, come to the director's office after school. Nizu needs to talk to you, Aizawa stated before starting the lesson. After school, Izuku knocked on Nizu's office door and entered upon hearing a call to come in. You asked for me? He inquired. Yes, Aizawa replied. I'll get straight to the point. He took a breath and said, You're expelled. The next day, classroom. What's up with Izuku? He seems off today, Kirishima asked. Yeah, he kinda scares me, Ochako added. Izuku sat at his desk, mumbling to himself, This must be a dream. There's no way. A dream. Yeah, a dream. This can't be my last day as a normal student. I can't believe it. Someone wake me up. His classmates exchanged worried glances. Kirishima approached him and placed a hand on his shoulder. Hey man, you're acting weird. Did something happen? Kiri asked, concern in his voice. Kiri, please punch me. Why should I? I don't take no for an answer. Kiri gulped. Okay, but I'm only doing this because you asked. He then lightly punched Izuku in the face. Izuku blinked and continued mumbling, It hurts. So I'm not dreaming. This is really happening. The bell rang and they all returned to their seats. Aizawa entered and began the lesson, but no one could focus. Some were worried about Izuku, while others found their surroundings more interesting. After the bell rang, Aizawa crawled into his sleeping bag and muttered something about becoming a beautiful butterfly and flying away from this place. After school dorms. Hey Izubro, you're worrying us. You're acting strange. You don't talk to us and you don't train. Did something happen? If you need our help, we're here for you. We're friends, right? If something's bothering you, I'll chase it away with my manliness. Kirishima struck a boxing pose, and Izuku let out a small giggle. Don't worry, Kiri. I just had a hard time believing some things this morning. I'm better now. Izuku smiled, eyes closed. Ugh, too bright, Kiri thought. Hey, everyone's mood is down. How about we play Uno? Izuku suggested, and everyone quickly gathered around the table. Izuku began distributing the cards, and they all started to play. Sorry, Kiri, but... No, Izubro. You're my best bro. Please don't betray me, Kiri begged. I'm sorry. Draw 4 cards, draw 4 more, I changed the color to red, +2, +2, +2, Uno +2. Arg! Kiri yelled, throwing his head on the table. Izuku. But, I had Uno. You've already won 7 times in a row, so why? I thought you were my bro. Izuku pretended to shed a tear and sniffed. I'm sorry, bro. Arg. There's no fun anymore. Izu, you win all the time. What about another game? How about Mario Kart? Mina suggested, and Kaminari dashed to grab the Switch. They played for a while until it was Izuku, Kiri, Jiro, and Katsumi's turn. All the others thought, this is going to be chaos. Here, Kiri, Izuku said, handing him the remote, but Kiri hummed. I'm not playing with you anymore. I'm mad at you. Izuku's sweat dropped and had an idea. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I found your Crocs. Suddenly, Kirishima's face lit up with a smile. Where? He asked eagerly. Wait here, I'm going to get them. Izuku went upstairs and returned with Kiri's Crocs, handing them over. Kiri beamed with joy. Mina leaned in and whispered to Izuku, Why did you give them to him? Weren't you the one who hid them? Izuku whispered back, Don't worry, it's only for now. I could always hide them again. You know you're being rude to him. Those Crocs aren't that bad. They turned to see Kiri on his knees, hands in the air, holding his red Crocs like they were treasures. He then rubbed his cheeks against them. I take back what I said. You did good by hiding them, Mina said, her face twisted in disgust. I know. Izuku then approached Kirishima and asked if they would play. Kirishima nodded and happily jumped onto the couch, proudly wearing his limited edition red shark Crocs. Izuku looked at him, fighting the urge to burn those ridiculous Crocs. He made his way to the couch once he calmed down. They chose their characters and started the race. Jiro and Katsumi were playfully throwing items at each other, vying for second place. Kirishima was feeling down as he found himself in last place, struggling to keep up. Meanwhile, Izuku was comfortably in first place, driving without a care as he was far ahead of the others. Izuku glanced at the clock and stood up. He headed to his room to grab his hero case. As he made his way outside, Kaminari stopped him. "Hey Izuku, where are you going? And why are you taking your hero costume with you?" Izuku simply smiled in response, leaving his classmates puzzled. 30 minutes later. "Hey guys, it's starting now, isn't it?" Jiro asked as she switched the HDMI input. "Ah yeah, the JP Hero Billboard chart? I totally forgot about it." Mina exclaimed. "A Billboard chart without All Might, huh? I wonder how it will turn out." "It's exciting," Shoko added. The commentator on TV announced, "The Billboard chart, live for the first time in Kamino. Everyone surely knows the magnitude of its importance. Up until today's event, heroes have not traditionally appeared on stage at the presentation site. However, it seems times have changed. Take a look. Number 10. This one has gone down. However, he's still refusing to succumb to old age. The armored hero Yoroimusha. Number 9. The same one from the Squeaky Clean commercial. The washing hero Wash. Number 8. A significant leap. The up-and-coming star who won't stop climbing. Kamui Woods. Number 7. The orthodox man safely keeps his place. The shield hero Crust. Number 6. The determined bunny ranks up. The rabbit hero Miruko. Number 5. The mysterious ninja's conflict resolution count and approval ratings have skyrocketed. The ninja hero, it.But. And next up is this man. Despite taking a break from active duty, he still got a high score. Even if he ranks down from 3. Best Genist. We're all awaiting his quick return. Now for number 3. It's a big surprise. They made it so far despite their young age. And took the title of youngest hero in the world. Their reactions are quick and they have a pretty strong quirk. This hero is none other than Ryuku. Izuku walked out and waved to the crowd. Izuku's POV. "I still can't believe it." Flashback. "You're expelled," Aizawa said. Izuku blinked, slamming his hands on the desk. "Oh, why? Was it because I haven't been in school for 6 months?" he asked. Nizu then turned his chair to face Izuku. "Aizawa, stop it. Look, this kid is panicking now." "Izuku, what Aizawa meant is that you won't always attend the lessons." Nizu showed Izuku a paper. "The government saw your fight with Muscular. You reacted quickly, were aware of your surroundings, and made the best choice. These are things that most pro heroes lack. Not only that, you defeated an S-rank villain that most pro heroes would have struggled with, and you did it without injuries. So they chose you to be the number 3 hero." Izuku blinked again. "Huh, but I'm way too young for this." "Actually yes, but after All Might's retirement, we need strong pro heroes. So they made an exception. But it's not just that. I didn't use my full power against Muscular, so they don't know my strength. Plus, heroes are usually elected based on how many lives they saved and how many villains they defeated." Nizu sighed. "Izuku, we have cameras all over Japan. The government does research before they act. The sports festival also counts. Okay, but what about the people and the pros? How would they react? Have you seen all the comments people have written on the video of your fight with Muscular? Hey, it looks like you don't want to be a hero. You don't want to?" "No, of course I want to, but it's too sudden. I'm not prepared for this." "Don't worry, kid. You are our best student. You'll do great," Aizawa said. End of the flashback. Third person's POV. Izuku's classmates were in shock. "alley.He. Izuku. No way." The next day at school during lunch, the bell rang, and almost all the 1A students burst through the door. "Izuku, hurry up, hurry up," Ochako said, tugging on Izuku's uniform. "Calm down, Ochako," Ida exclaimed. "But there's mochi for dessert. If we don't hurry, they'll all be sold out." Ochako pulled harder, nearly ripping his uniform. "Hey, chill out. Look, I'm ready." Ochako let go of his jacket and dashed through the door, with Izuku, Ida, and Kirishima following her. Ochako complained about them being too slow and pushed them along, but her actions were interrupted by Aizawa. Midoriya, All Might wants to see you. Izuku nodded, glancing at his classmates. Sorry guys, it seems I need to go. His friends nodded and walked away. Izuku made his way to All Might's office and knocked. All Might opened the door and welcomed Izuku inside. I've been waiting for you, my boy. Take a seat. Thanks, Izuku replied as he sat on the couch. So you're a pro hero now. Good job, All Might said, and Izuku smiled. Yes, even if I didn't expect it. How does it feel? I don't know. I've just started yesterday, and I still haven't done anything. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I guess this is how a father feels when he sees his own son growing up. All Might whispered the last part. HM? Did you say something? Izuku asked. No. Cough cough no, All Might lied. You haven't joined any hero agency yet, right? Yes, I don't know where to go yet. I don't think I can handle it on my own, Izuku answered, sighing a little. Don't worry about it, you'll find a good one. Besides, I got a call from Miruko. She wants to meet you at her agency. Apparently, all the other top 10 heroes will be there, All Might said. So, practically a meeting? Yes, All Might confirmed. Do you know what they want from me? No, but I think they want to test you. I don't want to be rude, but I think they believe you don't deserve your place as number 3, All Might admitted, and Izuku sighed. Guess it starts very well. He paused before continuing, When is the date? Tomorrow at 8 p.m., All Might said, giving him the address. Thank you for telling me, All Might. Izuku expressed his gratitude. You're welcome. Izuku stood up and left the room, making his way to the cafeteria to join his friends. Ochako noticed him and waved. He saw her and sat down at their table. What did he want? Ochako asked, her mouth full of strawberry mochi. Uraraka-san. This is probably private. You can't ask something like that, and don't speak with your mouth full, Ida interjected. Nah, Ida, it's fine. He said I have some sort of meeting with the pro heroes, and I don't know if I'm ready. All these stories about me being the number 3 hero are overwhelming. I really think I'm too young for this, and who says the pros are going to accept me? Honestly, I'm scared and I don't know what to do, Izuku admitted, showing them his trembling hand. Kirishima, Ochako, and Ida exchanged glances and tried to console Izuku. Deku-kun, you're the best student at UA, and all the teachers say you're excellent. Don't worry, you'll ace this like you always do, Ochako encouraged, and Ida nodded. Ochako is right, dude. You're the manliest and strongest person I've ever met. I'm sure this will be fine. If All Might trusts you, then you can do this, Kirishima added. Izuku looked at them, grateful for their support. The next day, Izuku prepared to head to Miruko's agency. He donned his hero costume and stepped out of his room. He took his motorcycle and rode to her agency, parking it before entering. He was immediately greeted by the secretary, who guided him to the gym. Upon entering, he felt the weight of the pros' gazes on him, and his confidence wavered until Miruko spoke up. Thank you for coming, Midoriya. Now that you're here, we can start. Actually, why am I here? It's rare for all the top 10 pros to gather like this. Is there some dangerous case or something? Izuku asked. I'm sorry, we didn't give All Might the details. We didn't want you to prepare too much. So you need, Hawks began, but was interrupted. We don't accept that you're a pro. A kid like you can't be a pro, especially not in the top 10. You'll get hurt before you even defeat one villain. I really don't understand what the government sees in you, Endeavor complained. Hey, you don't need to be rude. It's not really his fault, Hawks defended. This is a quirkless kid. They shouldn't even exist. They're a waste of space. Endeavor retorted. Izuku remained silent, feeling his blood boil. He wanted to retaliate but held back, knowing it would only create more problems. Hey, Endeavor, I agree with you on some points, but Hawks is right. There's no need to be so harsh. We asked him here to see what he's capable of, not to insult him. I think the government has a reason. They wouldn't take just anyone for this position. Midoriya, is it okay if we test you? Miruko asked, and Izuku nodded. What do I need to do? Miruko smiled, seeing the determination in his eyes. Fight. You against me. Here are the rules. You can't kill. You can destroy the room as much as you want, I don't care. Don't disappoint me. Are you ready? Izuku nodded and stepped forward, but kept his distance. Miruko had a bunny quirk, and he knew she was not someone to underestimate. If she touched him, he was sure he would be in serious trouble. Start! Miruko shouted, immediately launching into action. She aimed a kick at Izuku's face, but he managed to dodge. He tried to grab her leg to throw her over his shoulder, but she anticipated his move, retracting her leg and jumping back to create distance, only to close in on him in an instant with a flurry of kicks. Izuku activated his observation skills to evade her attacks. He then landed a punch to her diaphragm, causing her to gasp for air. Seizing the opportunity, he kicked her abdomen, sending her crashing against the wall. Not bad, but this isn't what I would call a kick, Miruko remarked, smiling. Izuku remained focused, dodging her kicks as one nearly grazed him. He felt relieved. If that kick had connected, he would have been in the hospital for weeks. Miruko leaped over him, attempting to kick him from above, but he dodged again, and her foot struck the ground, shattering it. She placed her hands on the ground and tried to punch him in the face, but Izuku caught her leg and threw her over his shoulder. Miruko quickly regained her footing and said, "You're not bad, but this isn't the level of a pro." Izuku smiled and suddenly vanished, reappearing in front of her. He delivered a powerful punch to her face, causing the wall to crack and crumble, sending Miruko into the empty room next to the gym. The eyes of Miruko and the other pros widened in surprise. They hadn't expected that. This punch was different from all the others. "What did you do?" "Sorry, I needed to warm my muscles up first." Miruko smirked. "Well, now it's going to be interesting." "Thank you, I was tired of holding back." She attempted to kick him again, but Izuku dodged and countered with a punch to her abdomen. She flew several meters but quickly got back on her feet and rushed toward him. Miruko sped around him, trying to distract him, but Izuku remained still. Seeing this as an opening, she prepared to kick him from behind. Izuku turned to face her, bent down, and kicked her leg, causing her to lose her balance and fall. Before she could hit the ground, he stood up and punched her ribs. A loud crack echoed through the room, and Miruko coughed, but her smile only widened. "Hell yeah, this is what I expected." Miruko jumped again, aiming to kick Izuku. He dodged, and her foot slammed into the floor, cracking it into countless pieces and nearly destroying the entire room. The damage was so extensive that it was hard to call it a room anymore. She quickly leaped onto the wall and then into the air with such speed that the human eye could barely follow. Izuku sensed her coming, but his body struggled to keep up with her pace. "Luna fall!" Miruko shouted her special attack. Izuku attempted to dodge, but Miruko managed to touch his left shoulder, causing him to wince in discomfort. Despite the pain, he felt a strange sense of relief. If she had gone all out, he might have lost his arm. Before Izuku could fully regain his composure, Miruko aimed a kick at the side of his head. Quick on his feet, he caught her leg to immobilize her and retaliated with a powerful kick to her abdomen. Miruko was sent crashing into the wall, coughing and struggling to regain her breath. This time, it was Izuku who struck first. He delivered a punch to her ribs, the force of which sent shockwaves through the already damaged wall. Miruko smirked, and instinctively, Izuku jumped back. She used the wall to propel herself toward him, the structure crumbling further under the impact. They were fortunate the gym was underground, otherwise, the agency workers might have panicked, thinking a villain had attacked. The chaos could easily be mistaken for an earthquake. Both Miruko and Izuku prepared to kick each other simultaneously. Their legs collided, resulting in a fierce battle of strength. Izuku emerged victorious, landing a solid kick that sent her crashing into the wall. Miruko began to laugh, and Izuku initially thought his kick had been ineffective until he saw her sitting on the ground, her leg clearly injured. Not bad, kid. Not bad at all. I have to say, you have the strength to be the number 3 hero. You're one of the few who can take me on, Miruko remarked. I wouldn't say I beat you if you weren't at your full strength. If you had used your ultimate technique, I wouldn't even be standing here, Izuku replied. Come on. I can tell you weren't at your max either. I can sense a strange but powerful energy flowing through you. What is it? I've never encountered anything like it before, she said, her curiosity piqued. Wow, I expected you to be strong, but not this strong. Miruko would actually be the number 2 hero if rescue missions weren't so critical. Hawks chimed in, unintentionally interrupting Miruko. Heck yeah, I would. Miruko shouted, momentarily forgetting her previous question. But I'm just happy to be able to take down villains. Now you both need to head to the infirmary. They'll take care of you, Endeavor instructed. I have to go now. I have other matters to attend to, Endeavor said before walking away, followed by the other heroes. The only ones left in the room were Izuku, Miruko, and Hawks. Izuku approached Miruko, but as he took a step, he felt pain in his right leg. He realized that Miruko's last kick had likely fractured something. Nevertheless, he continued toward her and helped her up. Miruko protested, insisting she could manage on her own, but Izuku ignored her. Her stubbornness reminded him of a certain fiery blonde girl, and he knew he had to deal with another strong-willed individual. The pro-heroes made their way to the infirmary, knocked, and entered. They sat down, and the nurse examined them, using her quirk to heal their injuries. She admonished them for engaging in such fights and advised them to avoid any sudden movements for at least 2 hours to allow her quirk to take full effect. While their bones were healed, any rash movements could cause further injury. They both nodded in understanding and thanked her as they left the infirmary. As Izuku prepared to exit the agency, Miruko stopped him. You're looking for an agency, aren't you? I read your file and noticed you haven't been assigned anywhere. She paused, then smirked. What about joining mine? Izuku blinked in surprise. Don't you only accept the strongest of the strong? I don't think I'm qualified. Miruko's eyebrows twitched. This is a joke, right? No, why would I be joking? He replied. Miruko inhaled deeply, torn between wanting to laugh, cry, or shout. Let me tell you something. You deserve to be here, and no one will say otherwise. So sit down and sign this paper. She pushed him into the nearest chair, glaring at him as if daring him not to comply. Before you sign, I want to mention something. You'll earn half of the normal payment since you're not working full-time. Is that all right with you? Miruko informed him. Yes, that's fine. It's not the money that interests me in this job, Izuku replied. Miruko smiled, and Izuku carefully read through the entire contract twice to ensure he didn't miss any important details. Satisfied with the terms, he signed it. Well, it's all done. You can go home now, Miruko said. Come back tomorrow at the same time. I'll explain everything then. Thanks. See you tomorrow, Izuku replied as he exited the agency, while Hawks went his own way. He hopped on his motorbike and headed to the dorms. Meanwhile, in a prison cell, a villain watched as 3 police officers passed by and smirked. Well, it's time. The alarm blared, and all the officers scrambled. Someone shouted, an SS-rank villain has escaped from the prison. We can't let him get away. Unfortunately, the villain was already long gone. The officers were fortunate he hadn't caused more destruction during his escape. Everyone was left wondering how the villain could have broken free from the most secure prison in Japan, where the most powerful criminals were held.